He's being a lewd boy. It's a lewd fur baby. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You goofball. And he recognizes that I'm talking about him too. He keeps looking at me. Yeah, you. Whoop. So yeah, yesterday we solved that first case, and that was cursed. So yeah, I can't wait to see what other future cursed shenanigans awaits us today. Unfortunately, Oliver's decided to go on a whirlwind adventure, which means you're going to be stuck with my bearded face. You're going to have to suffer now. Well, Black Lightning, yesterday we solved the first case in Gamedec, which was, I don't even know if I can describe it. It was, bad. It ended poorly. But, you know, that's what happens when your actions have consequences. Unless you're referring what to Oliver, in which case I think it's getting around to snack time. So he's gonna go get some snacks and I might be back later. But I'll be turning on my webcam when the gameplay starts. Which will be soon. Probably another minute. And you know what, maybe starting just now. Howdy, Diablo. Howdy, howdy. Let's turn off this starting soon music. As fun as a jam as it is. There we go. Face. Face. There we go. We have face. All right. And without further ado, hello everyone, hello. I hope you all are having a lovely evening. Lovely evening. It looks like all of audio settings have not exploded. Which is good, because I half expect them to explode all the time now. And without further ado, let us get into case number 2. And maybe it'll be less sexual. The blackmailing was fine. The sexual bits were fucked. Alright. Look for job on the old PC. I love the smell of a computer booting up in the morning. Is that a frequent smell that we need to worry about? So we need more this. We need more red. Red juice. Authority, determination, sincerity, indifference, impatience. Some of these feel like unrelated. Determination and authority and sincerity feel very different from indifference and patience. Kind of wild. So anyway. The money from my latest contract could be used to give it a few upgrades. Nah, there could be other expenses. I boot up my video game. Uh-oh. Why is that there? I'm not clicking on that. Instead, I'm going to the internet. I'm looking up the Han clan. Clan values vigilance above all. Being in the moment keeps one's intuition and senses alert to all signs. That's the only way one can reach the truth, fellow clan members. Typical marketing copy. I look for a contrasting opinion. Page 6, 9th result. They preach equality, saying the truth will set us free. Bull, it was all about getting suckers to pay. Yeah, that sounds about right. That was enough. If the number of results was anything to go by, the topic was a bottomless pit. Yeah. Anything else? Family tragedy. Jeffrey Haggis' son is stuck in an adult game. Yeah. Fredo's... Whoa! Chair! Woo! Damn. All right. That was scary. Yeah, I'm going to have to get a new chair soon from the sounds of that. All right. All right. Should be all together. Yeah, the thing that I almost jumped out of my skin. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think I need to get like some tape to I gotta get some tape or something to keep the little pin in place that keeps the chair from going too far back, because it keeps like edging itself out more and more until I just like fall backwards and flail wildly. Anyway, back to the very serious business. Fredo suffered extensive brain damage with a poor medical prognosis. The incident is rumored to have been caused by a hacker attack. You alright, mate? I heard that over here. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah. I did bang my foot against my desk, but I'll live. Feel bad, or he brought it on himself? He kind of brought it on himself. That was what happened to suckers. Aw, yeah. Aw, yeah, we can almost be a cracker. Alright, let's go into the mail. Open the mail for Bob Zappa. My life got completely upended. This was the guy that we found the wife for. Coffee is a less dangerous option. I've already gone through my entire tumbler of allotted coffee. But yeah. I'm unable to look at my wife after all. This will probably split up. I regret ever meeting you. How do you Gamedec type sleep at night? What the fuck? Bitch, you hired me for a gerb. Mr. Gamedec, got a problem. Transfer's gone through. Find me in harvest time. Oh. How dare you tell me the truth? Yeah, kind of be that way, yeah. Once you're there, I'll toss a clue your way. You want... Okay, I guess. Alright. Turn to desktop. Alright. Well, chat, we have no idea what we're doing, but we're going to harvest time. Virtual couch ready. We're going in. I received the services I paid for. Outrageous. It's not my fault you didn't like the results. If you wanted to live in ignorance, you could have lived in ignorance, but you paid me. Oh no. We're about to get into Yee Haw times, huh? American South-ish looking? Maybe? Oh boy. The Harvest Time HUD. Yep. Oh, that's a HUD. Harvest Time HUD shows your farm level. Okay. The number of gold coins and chests you have collected. The active boost timer, and whether you own a gun. Yee Haw, chat. Howdy, welcome to High Rock. Nice. Nice. Nothing up here, apparently. Alright. Howdy, welcome to High Rock, most beautiful town in the Wild West. Name's Handy Joe, I'm a help bot, but don't go telling anyone, and I'll answer all your questions as long as you give me a yee-haw. But I could pick up sleeves and stare the robot down. But no, we're fun folks. We'll let out a yee-haw. We'll yee-haw. I took a deep breath and I let out an enthusiastic bellow. Yee-haw! That's the spirit, that's music in my ears, cowboy. What can I do for you? Game rules? General premise of Harvest Time. I didn't hear yee-haw, cowboy. Yeah! That dude just gave me shivers from spurs to head. From spurs to head. Now I'll answer your question elated like a diving vulture. Harvest Time is a free-to-play game. Improve your farm, work the field. Oh no, we've gone into Facebook. Work the field, breed animals, and get coins and unique treasures for crates. The crates are, in fact, loot boxes, but you didn't hear that from me. As a newbie, you get a trial farm that you can improve up to level 7. Tevin? Oh, yeah! Once the trial period is over, you can buy a premium account. That's when the fun starts. Yeah! Right. Are there any interesting places? Nah, cowboy, this game's boring as beans. Yeehaw, gotcha, eh? Explore all the sights and smells and feel alive. Visit your farm. Once you hit level 15, you can go to the Saloon. By level 20, you get access to the guild house. Right. And the public farms? I can set you up with a locator and I'll get you there. Want you one? Yeah. Yes, please. Follow the arrow. Good luck. I guess I can only have one of those things pointing me at a time. Did I actually get a... Oh, I think for saying Yee Haw, I got a yellow XP. Okay. That's about Stanley. I'm looking for a guy named Stanley. Know where I can find him? Oh, searching and tracking. Fascinating. Alas, I can't give you this information. You're not on this honest farmer's friends list. Tough luck. Take a gander at them notice boards. Folk write all sorts of things on them. So you're looking for something, maybe look there. You find one right there next to the broken stagecoach. Yeah! Okay, bye. Agree, holler if you need me. I'll answer all your questions, except for the one about the meaning of life, of course. Yeah! Before you ride off in the sunset, be at our lovely game guide. Here's Wild Poppy. Howdy, cowboy, did you hear? You inherited a piece of land from your uncle, Tadek Kutersnotska. So you'll have a chance to taste a rancher's life. Your uncle dreamed you would become the best farmer ever. Am I enthusiastic about my Yee Haw, or am I rolling my eyes at my Yee Haw? And if I roll my eyes, does it give me the red XP that I need? We must be full Yee Haw. Oh, okay. That's amazing news. I got land. I'm going to be a farmer. I can't believe it. Yee Haw! Exactly. You want to go to your farm now, or to start the adventure of a lifetime? No. No, thank you. I'll be waiting with anticipation for your arrival on your ranch. Alright. Our work could be fancier. On the board, you'll find your answer. The loot we farm is always dank. Check the board by the bank. Don't forget you have secret words. Yes. The writing on the board looked like what you'd see in a game of paper chase. This had to be a clue. I realized I should look for the next one. I see. Where was that again? Loot we farm is check the board by the bank. Alright. Just by the bank, huh? This the bank? Who this? This is the Saloon. This is the bank. Hackers have vandalized Mr. Adams again. That's nice. Bang, bang, we're robbing a bank. The gravedigger has your boon, or it may just be by the saloon. What the fuck? But nursery rhymes and misspellings. It all seems too puerile. Who wrote this? To co-pen, you should roam. On the boards, you'll see a swarm of clues. That, on the board, you'll see a swarm of clues. What? Like these boards? To co-pen. Cowpen? To the cowpen. Okay. The cowpen, not the copen. I see. No, alright. Tripping, sewing, and picking. Looting makes your head start tweaking. Cloyme. Right. Cloyme. The ladder straight to heaven, just to crash before 11. Yeah, I kind of hope they're not trolling me either. Farmer by the stairs? Yeah, sure. You need to be authorized to access the upstairs, partner. Eat my ass. Happy Joe. Howdy, partner. Welcome to High Rock. Nice meeting you. Climb the ladder straight to heaven. NLSD. Could drugs have been the inspiration for these? Curse, but where was the ladder? Armor and Arcana. See a ladder here. Someone could actually be bothered to climb ladders in this game? Someone carved Cloyme on one of the rungs. I was curious about the view from the top. Yeah, that's why I'm climbing. Plank? Plank? The plank had the word jump engraved on it. There were no haystacks below. I'm gonna not do that. Hey, this you? Keep quiet or you'll startle the birdies! Yeah. Oh, yeah? Are you my guy? Hmm? Hi, Professor Locke. No birds around. Hello, why did you say that? That's my name. I mean my last name, Locke. And I'm a professor, ornithologist, a virtual one. I observe the fowl of harvest time. Right. And the lack of birds? I've been here long, but you're right, no birds here. Fascinating, isn't it? No birds during the day, no birds at night. I've confirmed it after weeks of observation. Anyone up here? Oh, yeah. Farmer was here not long ago. He was trying to destroy a gate. Told him to stop making noise because he was scaring the birds. Right. The lack of birds. A splendid question. Nobody knows. I wrote about it on the messaging boards, asked the admins, but there seems to be no clear answer. Some say it's a bug the devs don't want to fix. Others say they deleted them on purpose in order to get smoother animations. Oh, yeah. Simulating bird behavior was too resource consuming? It doesn't make sense, right? It's the end of the 22nd century. It's unthinkable. What about your bird watching? Even though there aren't any birds in this game, you're watching them? Yes. I've documented 101 species. More and more disappeared with every subsequent patch. Poor birdies. I see you're interested in birds. Would you like to watch them with me? You want me to watch the lack of birds? Don't have any binocs, patience, and a keen eye. These are the weapons of an ornithologist, I assure you. It's much more interesting than growing damn pumpkins. What do you say? Pretty fun, huh? It's very relaxing. Birdie could fly by any second. It's so exciting. I watch the birds. Let's watch the birds. It's nice watching birdies in good company, more like watching the absence of birdies. Maybe someone could join us. We could exchange our observations. It's been a couple hours and I haven't seen a single winged creature. Should come back with your own binoculars. You'll see less but in greater detail. Can I see yours? No, 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 no. I don't know you that well. I'm not even sure you really love birds. Whatever, I'm leaving. I'm out. Alright. Time to die, chat. Yeet. You only live once. Whee! Here I go. I don't think that, I feel like that would flip up and off and over. Yep. Yeah, that's about what I expected. I found myself in a graveyard. Oh no, it glitched onto the floor. Made me wonder if I had actually died in harvest time. I didn't think it possible. Alright. Spooky graveyard. Alright. Tombstone. Those candles have been lit recently, unless there's no such thing as a candle burnout in harvest time, since it was a free-to-play game. Probably. Probably. Diablo vibe suddenly? Kind of. Maybe a little bit. Hello? Anybody there? My voice echoed off the tombstones. The only response I got was dead silence. Oh, I am such a joker. I saw motion. A human silhouette emerged from behind a tombstone. Stanley? Hello, sir? I look at the avatar. I'd seen this model before. It was one of the game's basic avatars, just in orange tones. The player picked a default name, Farmer Stanley. Was it lack of imagination, laziness, or cautiousness? Yes. It's me, Stan. Stanley, I mean. We can talk safely here. It's nice that you took the job. I see. I can impress Stanley with sensory celebrity. Do I care about impressing Stanley? Probably not. I scan him. I selected a scanning program from my deck. In harvest time, it took the shape of an old-fashioned magnifying glass. I put in the magnifying glass Stanley. The man stepped back and covered himself with his hand. Easy, I just need to check something. I ran the program a moment later. I had all the data I needed. Default farmer male. Default Nick Farmer Stanley. Organization Orange Dream. I couldn't find out who he was or where in reality he had accessed the game from. Freemium accounts didn't store that information. He looked around nervously. For a moment, he gazed at the door of a nearby shrine. He faltered ever so slightly, but regained balance and pinned his eyes on me. What's wrong, Stanley? Oh no, then I thought I heard something. So what should we talk about? Oh well, I can't impress him anymore. Okay. Ask about the precautions. I can see you want to keep things low key. First hide and seek, now this odd place. Your avatar stayed silent. Looked like he didn't understand what I had said. What are you afraid of? I can't talk to anyone. The bosses will get mad if we don't do our daily work, and they ban chat. All we do is farm. It's all about loot boxes. Son of a bitch. We're going to look into EA. But it's cool, they won't find us here. Few players know about the graveyard exploit. Gamedec. I want to make sure that this money is enough. It was enough. The pay rate was low, but acceptable. Are we about to try and free some gold farmers? Is that what I'm getting? I will say it's enough. That'll do, Stanley, don't worry. Whew, that's good. He sighed and looked tired. I see. What about you, Stanley? Can you tell me a bit about yourself? I'd like to know who I'm working for. I'd rather not talk about myself too much, matter security and trust. I think Scalpel and Infotainer were both level 1, right? Yeah. Okay. So I can earn his trust via Scalpel or earn his trust via Info. Okay, so that's... I guess doing Scalpel is being like, you can trust me, I'm a doctor. I won't tell anyone. Versus raw charisma. Hey dude, I'm a doctor. I'm a Gamedec and a doctor, you can trust me. Okay, but I don't know what to say. I like games, but now I only play Harvest. My boss is a pain in the ass, so I work hard to bring in money. Once the enigmatic sphere dropped from a loot box. Ultra. My friends say I'm lucky with my rolls. And I like a girl from the organization, but I don't talk to her because I'm too shy. Mood. Oh man, I didn't realize there'd be so much talking. Sit down, please. I guess it'd make him feel better if I sit down. Sure. I don't feel tired, but I sat to be polite. Yeah. Ask about loot boxes. Can you make money from them? If the gods of RNG smile on you, you can roll some rad items and throw them on Armas for real dough. Oh no, it's not EA. It's G2A. It's fucking... What was the thing? It really is Diablo 3? A little bit. Diablo 3 mixed with the loot thing from CSGO. The CSGO trading thing that they were doing, hustling people. Stanley's lingo was a mix of low city dialect and gaming jargon. What he meant was artifacts from loot boxes could be sold in legal auctions. Can I tell you now why we hired you? This is a we thing? Okay, tell me, why do you need a game deck? So, we need help, me and my friends from the group. We get disconnected a lot, especially lately. Weird. It's a job for IT, not a game deck. You get disconnected from the game. Could be software, or hardware, or the connection. No, that's not it. All those things are good, for sure. We just get kicked out of the game and all the progress gets thrown away. Forced logouts were rare and usually caused by software issues, either in-game or in the computer controlling the player's couch. The cause would be displayed in the logs, and the player had access to that data. As for logs. The computer your couch is hooked up to must have reported the cause of those logs outs. Did you keep those logs? Can you share them with me? I don't know how. I don't know really much about it. Technical knowledge of players was often limited to turning on the equipment and launching the game. I feel personally attacked. You know what? I can come over and check what you play on, take a look at the software. That's not possible. Please, Gamedec, find another way, okay? He froze suddenly. He looked still as a frame. You alright, bud? Stanley, you okay? I checked the game log. He was still logged in. He hadn't disconnected. Oh, there's a small problem. My boss noticed I'm not where I'm supposed to be. He's looking for me. Ask about boss. Who's your boss? He's an asshole. He's just an asshole. I'll get in trouble if he catches me here. I'll be brief. I diagnose his condition. Tachypnea. Issues with balance and speech, distraction. These could be symptoms of exhaustion, but also side effect of pharmaceuticals. So he took off his head. He took off his entire head. He took off his hat and wiped his forehead as if he were sweating, even though the game didn't include it. He smiled apologetically. I don't know what time it is, but I'm dead on my feet. I can see you're not doing so well. Tell me how you feel. Well, it's been pretty bad lately. Work's getting harder. I've got a headache. My arms and legs are sore. Almost everything hurts. It's bad. Well, I don't need to know about the others' conditions if I assume that everyone feels similarly. So tell me more about your condition, and I can extrapolate to assume that it's something that everyone's dealing with. Well, I don't know how to describe it. I'm kind of muddled. All that getting in and out of the game makes it hard to remember what day it is, what happened, and so on. Fuck! Boss is gonna check on me in Realium. I gotta go! Others from the Orange folk will help. They're on public farms. Oh, and you can exit the graveyard to the shrine. Let's meet here later when you know something, okay? He left the game and has disappeared from the active players list. Okay. Some nicely rendered stone texture. Who was buried here? Maybe it's where the ghosts came from? Ghosts? I look. All the candles burned completely. Some NPC would have come here regularly to replace them. That's why in cheaper games candles are eternal. Right. Alright. Alright. Beake, that was a terrible oversight. You haven't been to your farm even once. Don't worry, though. That's why I'm here. So, shall we? I guess. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Yee Haw! Welcome to your farm. You'll see soon this place will bustle with activity, but to make it happen, we need to start at the beginning. Pumpkins in your fields are ready for picking. Just tap them and a gold coin will appear. Oh no, it really is Farmville. Collect the gold coins by tapping them, you know, with your finger, as you do with hovering windows. You can also just walk through the coins. It's a very interesting farming technique. Preview of meta. Oh no. Great job. Pumpkin growing can be quite profitable. Let's plant more. Yee Haw! That's fantastic. Time to sow and reap some pumpkins. In order to grow these wonderful vegetables, tap on the plot with a seedling. When the plant starts growing, a progress bar appears. Tap it once it reaches the red area to ensure the crops are perfectly ripe. Instant ripeness. Alright. Do you want me to replant all of them, or how do you, can I hack the system? Why have 3 plot when it's faster to grind 1? I don't know. Hey, I did the thing. Now you know how to reap pumpkins. Excellent job. That's fantastic. Oh, yeah! Every now and then, golden pumpkins will grow on your plots. They're twice as valuable as regular pumpkins. They disappear quickly, though, so make sure to pick them up fast. Oh, yeah. Do I have a guaranteed gold pumpkin? Is this one of them guaranteed gold banumpkins? Kind of look like a gold banumpkin. Okay. Alright. Howdy, howdy! Thank you so much for the resubscription. Thank you so very much. We're gonna solve you know, what do you call it? Overworking gold farmers is what the current thing is, from the sounds of it. Golden pumpkins picked, splendid. Yeah, that's fantastic. Chat, we're leveling up wild. All right, your next job is to find some treasure. What are you waiting for, Rancher? Get to work. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Just find treasure? Is this like a thing that I can I just rub my feet somewhere? Or do pumpkins randomly become treasure? What do you mean? Hello, Poppy? Poppy, what do you mean? What do I do? Next job is to find treasure. What do you mean? We have evolved from Yee Haw to R, kinda, I guess? I don't... How do I, Is it... Am I just... Like... Oh. You know, that makes about as much sense as anything else, I guess. You found a treasure chest. There's always something interesting inside, usually coins, but every now and then you can get a unique item. I can open that kind of chest for you free of charge. Treasure chests contain coins or rare items. Let's see what this one is hiding. Alright, I'm opening it. It's a super harvest boost. This has not been scripted at all. Yee Haw! For 3 minutes, you'll earn double the coins. Get ready. The timer starts as soon as we finish talking. Ready, set, you leveled up. Yee Haw! Unlock new vanity items for you. You can use them to spruce up your ranch. You can also develop your farm now. After all, how long can you keep growing pumpkins, right? Did you know pumpkins are actually berries? Anyway, I know growing pumpkins can get tedious, so how about we try something new? Here's your next test. Buy a strawberry field for 100 gold coins. Yeah! Come back once you gather the right amount. I have a feeling, chat, that we gotta get to level 10. Mention vanity items. Gardening tools. Cat. Cat? A cute kitty purrs when he's happy, and he's never unhappy. It's a harvest time favorite and brightens every ranch on the east of sunset. Yeah, you know what? I'll take the cat. Meow! Yay! Here, kitty kitty. You're now the owner of a cat named McCavity. I see. And this here ranch will be his home. You know the way cats think, don't you? I don't have money. Bye. Super harvest! Super harvest! Did it say it gives me triple? Oh god, right, I forgot about the that. Well, we got the designated cat at least. So I'll just, you know... Oops. Well, that's what... Okay, sure. If you do a goof... Oh, wait, chat, I think I understand. I think I understand. Oh, I get it now. Oh, this is vaguely cursed still. Yep. Hate that. Don't like that. Not a fan. Oh, it's evil, chat. This is pure evil. Evil made manifest! It really is a grind simulator? It really is. This is how they get you. I'm just going to do this because I don't know how much money I'm going to need to solve this here, crimes. I'm having flashbacks to WoW. Oh, no. No, chat. Come back. I'm just doing this for the duration of the timer, and hopefully I will never get this timer again. And if I do get this timer again, it can go fuck itself. Yeah. Interesting. Alright. I'm honestly probably not even going to open up these loot box things, honestly. Because I have a feeling that we might be able to cheat. You know? And get, like, super pumpkin clicker. Yeah, it's rough. It do be a little rough. Darkest Timeline, you actually need the 1% rare item. If we need the 1% rare item, I'm going to find a way to cheat it. I am the Gamedec. I am the one who does the hacker mans. Okay. And that is all she wrote. Right. Yeah. And for giggles, we can probably get the... No! Stop it, you fiend! I'm leaving that. I'm leaving it. Go. Yee Haw! Alright. Spruce up the farm. Yep, give me the tools. Shining with wrought steel polish through endless gardening. These tools are a mark of a true farmer. Show them off when someone visits. Right. I'll take it. Yeah. Yep, there they are. Yep. See how those steel tools gleam in the sunlight and how you can parade them in front of other farmers. Respect and status, that's what it is. Right. So anyway, develop farm. Oh boy. I see you have the required amount of coins. Would you like to make a purchase? Yeah. No strawberry field. How cute. I love the smell of strawberries in the morning. Do strawberries have a smell? My nose is a bit fucked up, and I don't remember strawberries having any particular smell. Yoo-hoo! It's fantastic. Did you know the strawberries are hybrid to 2 wild species? Yeah! Wouldn't know. Lost my sense of smell. Unfortunate. But also I feel that too. Here's your next task. Sow and reap these fruits. Yummy. Hey, rancher, get to work. Right. Well, I accidentally planted this one. So I might as well just get this out of here. Alright, is this my strawberry field? This is where the strawberries live? I can only have 2 strawberries? What's on the other side of the field? Oh, this is fucked. I hate this. This better be like a noticeable increase, or I will scream. That. Okay, at the moment I'm not... Oh, okay, there we go. 20. That makes more sense. Alright, alright. There, I did strawberry things. Can we move on? Wild poppy, please. Now you know how to sow and reap strawberries. Strawberries take longer to grow than pumpkins, but they earn you more coins. Unfortunately, they don't spawn chests. Then why would I do that instead of pumpkins? Yeah! You can't call yourself a cowboy if you don't own a cow. We need to do something about that. Ready for your next job? Give me a moo and buy a pasture for $250. Go fuck yourself. Oh, chat. Chat, this meta-knowledge is the only solace is constant Yee Haw. Yeah. Yeah. You right. Yeah. I'm surprised there's not a Yee Haw gauge. I mean, there kind of sort of is. A little bit. A little bit. Howdy, farmer. I developed my firm. I see that you've required. What would you like a cow? Thank you. Meter like in Devil May Cry where it lights on fire at maximum. Yee Haw. There's your new pasture, farmer. Looks like there's quite a lot of rocks in it, though. You'll need to do something about that. But you leveled up, so yeah, that's fantastic. Hey, Rancher, I see that you're itching to begin your next test. Here it is. Collect 5 piles of rocks from the pasture. Sun's shining, so let's stop slacking. I think the sun's always shining, my dear. Time to roll up your sleeves and get cracking. Yee-hoo! Right. Right. Rocks. I'm sorry, but you've joined the free-to-play game Harvest Time, and I'm afraid you need to do the designated amount of yees and haws so that you can appropriately yee and haw so that you, sir, can have your very own cow. Woo! I mean, I guess this is a refreshing side visit from whatever the fuck we had last time. His smile and optimism destroyed. Something like that. This is a bigger rock than the other rocks. Hello? Okay. Okay. I've done it. You cleared the rocks. Good job, cowboy. That's fantastic. Yee Haw! Achievement. It's honest work. Is it, though? The cows in harvest time are real escape artists, you know. What do you mean? Your pasture definitely needs a fence. It'll keep the animals from running away. Your next job is to... You open this chest I found? Of course, do it right away free of charge. Only one at a time, but you can keep bringing them to me. There's no limit. Yee Haw! Give me the good shit. A rare chest with a unique item. What's in it? The skull of a bison from Dead Canyon. Right. Be money. It's a rare chest filled with gold. That was like 200 gold. I'll take it. Oh, okay. Level 50. Oh, there we go. The Ringo Starr Stagecoach. Okay. Money. Yeah. Chad, I'm seeing no reason to not just keep doing pumpkins. A dead tree. Oh. Money. Okay. I'm leaving. Hold on. I want to look at this here stagecoach. Yep, that's a nice stagecoach. And I guess this is my dead tree. Alright. Pumpkins clearly win. Yeah, there's like no reason to do strawberries whatsoever. That's very silly. Alright, well, develop farm, I guess. See, you have the required amount of coins. Would you like the big... I'll take it. You finally put up a fence around the pasture. In that case, we're ready to get some cows. Don't make me buy the cows. Congratulations, you've reached the trial account level limit. I thought the trial account level limit was level 10. I clearly am level 8. Okay, I'll go fuck myself. What do you do with cows? Chat, I feel skamazed. I didn't even get a cow. This is bullshit. 200,000 coins per cow sale today? Oh, no. Okay, so I need... Okay, the orange workers are the orange folk. Can I, Gates of public field, so only holders of digital keys can pass. I'll look closer. The gates required me to have a digital key. I knew I could try to generate a matching program, but it was a long procedure. Oh, yeah? There's also the option of breaking it with the Gamedec's battering ram, but I risk drawing attention to myself. Yeah, but also, I can be a hacker man's. I reprogrammed the gate so that it would recognize me as one of the orange folk. Get fucked. The gate disappeared, and so did the others. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, just be a hacker man's! Feels like you ended up in a very different game. This does kind of feel like a different game, but I mean, not now, when Ack isn't here. I need to get Ack out of here. How do I... Bessie? I don't want to talk now? Is this Ack? Are you... Okay, you are Ack. I need you to not be here. Hi. A bored cowboy was chewing on a blade of grass. He wore an impeccably clean vest and shiny boots. Quite a sunny day. Okay, chat. I'm gonna be a celebrity now. The cameras love me now. But I am going to need to be both factually logical and determined at some point so that I can finally become a cracker. I present myself. Howdy, partner. Don't recognize me? Have a closer look. Me, the guy that doesn't look like a cowboy. You're quite astute. Indeed, these are no regular players. They're all work and play therapy. They're exploited, understood? Dreppy tiger, comfortable, reliable, and fashionable. Only for the quick-footed. Ha ha. It was so nice to meet a celebrity inside a game. Props, bro. Props. Suggest interviewing him? Okay. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a celebrity on the net? I could interview you and post it on my channel. Really? I'm not sure I have anything interesting to say. Ask about his avatar. That's a cool avatar. Pretty stylish. Any reason for it? Oh, thanks. Whether I'm online or in Realium, I always pay attention to what I'm wearing. Clothes make the man, right? You a fan? It's just a job. I'm yet to plunge my first spade on my own farm, but I like it here. It smells nice, and the sun is shining, know what I mean? Alright, one more question. I need to get back to work. Hey, dude. What kind of work do you do? Well, I watch the cattle, as all true cowboys do. Alright, that's it. You can get back to work. May the sun always shine on you. Dang, partner. Have a nice day. Was the main problem with my clients. Been accidents reported. People are faint and are logged off. And there's a big brother kind of sort of lad. Hey, Emmett. Emmett, come back here. Speak to me, Emmett. I don't want to talk. Okay, Emmett. If you say so. Jack. This farmer's practically standing still. His avatar's name was Sundance Jack. It was one of the default names suggested by the game. I get his attention. Hey, buddy, you in the game? He doesn't react. I shake him. Yo, cowboy! I reach out. A hand. It felt like going through a barely visible barrier. The guy was solid as a rock. He didn't react. I analyzed his code. He wouldn't or couldn't talk to me. I accessed his source code, and I unlocked it. Now I should be able to communicate with him. Get a preview. My deck couldn't handle that task and displayed a symbolic representation of pumpkins growing like crazy. Jack was using a speed boost. Right. Okay. That's cursed, but alright. Examine a signal. Freemium account. Signal goes to the cloud. Couldn't tell who freemium account users were in Realium, so I couldn't use spyware, and there were too many people around. Sorry, chat with Jack? Maybe I could use text? I hooked up to his chat. Jack, I'm in your chat. I understand you don't want to talk to me. You don't have time or you're afraid. Let me ask you a few questions. Respond with yes or no. A 1 will stand for yes and 0 for no, so there will be no trace of your testimony. 1. Okay. Nice. Okay. 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 Do you need help? No. Is someone threatening you? No. Is the cowboy patrolling the farms watching you? Yes. Are you playing because you have to? Yes. Are you suffering conditions in Realium? Yes. Are you taking medications for it? Yes. Do you get kicked out of the game sometimes? Yes. Do you get kicked out of because of exhaustion feigning? Not exhaustion, but he faint. Or, sorry, yes. Exhaustion, no to faint. Okay. Are you using a speed boost? Yes. Are you motionless to hide the... Do others use it too? Yes. Okay. 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 And monitoring. Alright. I could log him out, but I don't think that helps anything. Okay. So they're getting work to exhaustion. Blazing Decoder. The girl looks extremely exhausted. Oh, you're the Gamedec, right? Thank God you're here. They speed hack to generate chests to sell for real money, probably for medication. Maybe. Thank God you're here. She glanced at me, half awake. Tell me, what's going on with us? Is it serious? Working on it. I need to ask you a couple questions. Go ahead, but I don't have much time. I need to work. I don't think I can be a sensory surgeon. I can't. Unfortunate. Need more emotion. Ask about their problem. Stanley asked me to figure out what the problem is. He mentioned something about you getting a disconnect. Yeah, it happens when we're really tired, but I'm not sure the source of the problem. The disconnects have become more frequent. I mean... that's probably just a safety thing, isn't it? I got connected a couple of times myself. I woke up in this cold, scary, empty space, like a virtual void you can't escape from. Sounded like the void Starlight got stuck in. I couldn't revitalize her and she fell into a coma. That could happen to the orange folk. It's so hot. I'm not sure how long I'm going to last. She said she was hot, but the weather was perfect. On a couch somewhere, her body should also be kept at an optimal temperature. Why are you playing? Why do you play this game? I don't think it's for entertainment. It's my job. We even have a supervisor. He keeps an eye on our group. Ask about group. Tell me about the group. We're called Orange Dream. We're able to play thanks to the foundation. What foundation? They gave us gaming gear, game pills, and medicine. We wouldn't normally be able to afford all this. Okay. She looks as if she's losing touch with reality. Please, I still have work to do. You alright? You don't look too well. Can you tell me about your health problems? I get dizzy and faint. It's like I'm not sleeping at all. You might not be. We're all really, really tired. Even though our supervisors make sure our online sessions don't last longer than 4 days! Closed her eyes for a moment, opened them, and tried to shake off the tiredness. She wants to get back to work. Can you tell me anything about yourself? Suddenly she lost balance. Uh-oh. Ooh. Act quickly, Dakota fell again. Damn it, third time this week. Something was wrong. She should have immediately logged out. I knew she could fall into a coma if her gear didn't start devitalization. It's a speed hack sweatshop? It is, yeah. Ugh. Emergency log out. I turned to my deck and activated devitalization. I had no idea why her computer hadn't done that already, as it's standard procedure for unconscious players. I managed to log her out safely, but the system didn't allow me to save the game. What have you done? What have you done, man? Please tell me you saved her progress. I saved her. I saved her life. Saving her progress in a game about weeding seed beds was the last thing on my... Fucking hell, you've no idea what you've done. He spat out a blade of grass he was chewing. Stop whining and get back to work. And you stop hanging around here. You're casting a shadow on the seed beds and it stops the plants from growing. Fuck, she's been busting her ass for three days in a row. You hear me? 3 days! And she hasn't saved since yesterday. Well, imagine getting your people to save their game. Now I'll have to work like a horse to catch up on the progress you didn't save. My God, you're right. I made her lose all her progress. Never mind her actual health. God, the precious progress. Laugh all you want, but somebody's got to finish her work now. We'll drop like flies here. We work fairly here. If someone finds more, they give back to the less fortunate or save it for later. And when one of us faints, we have to finish their work. No rest for the wicked. I help? All right, listen, I'll help you. After all, I already have some experience. Thanks, you're not the asshole I took you for. Get 3 loot boxes, but don't open them. Take them to town, give them to Fruity Betty. Fruity Betty? And say it's from Orange Dream, got it? Where is she? In the market. Just remember to tell her it's from Orange Dream. Okay. I guess. I'll go get back to work then. Alright. Well, Chad, I guess I'm gonna go get some loot boxes. Gotta go get some some loot boxes. Oops. I goofed it. Oh, fun. It's gold, though. Alright. That's 2 whole-ass loot boxes, chat. I'm so good at clicking panumpkins. Yeah. Wow. 2 gold panumpkins. And there it is. Alright. We got 3. 3 whole Yee Haws. Leave firm. I exit the gate. Alright, now I just gotta go give it to fucking Betty. The good, the bad, and the ugly wanted for collecting loot boxes. Series offers only. Random Guy 20. Oh, yeah, I believe in Random Guy 26. That guy seems like a pretty stand-up guy. Oh my god, gold sellers. From Real Level Group. Rusty Ed! Older man was sitting on a barrel, scanning the area. Long beard, dust on his shoulders, looked like he'd been gathering that dust for a decade. Hey. Hello, I'm a Gamedec, and I'm the guild master, Rusty Ed's Guild. Ha! Just a fun fact. You want to ask an old timer about farming tricks? Go ahead, Rusty Ed's got a lot of stories up his sleeve. What do you, tell me a story. I got 3 stories today. Topics are a legendary artifact, how I became sheriff, and old game systems. Old game systems? The old man closes his eyes and smiles. It used to be a game with ambitions. It was all about portraying something genuine. Physical labor, soil, dirt. Oh, yes. A game about dirt. Things you don't get in Realium. You took your spade, you know, and there were roots in the ground you had to dig through. There were snails now and then. You grabbed them and either threw them into your neighbor's field or you killed them. I hate snails. Ask about dealing with snails. Sounds media-worthy, does it? Can you tell me more about them? My viewers crave stories about oddities in old games. He grins. I cut the ones I caught in half and placed them around my garden. Other snails came to feed on them. Then I put them in a jar and covered them with salt. They turned into jelly. Jar sold for 100 coins each. I laugh. Ha ha. Ho 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 ho. So working on a farm was hard, all right. People said they had muscle aches after going back to reality. That was neurotransmission network. You visualize your garden and got lost in the work. Digging up dirt, sweating, and seeing the end product of months of work. It was therapeutic. Then, upon player request, the devs started making it easier. They removed fatigue, sped up plant growth, and got rid of adverse weather. Then they introduced premium accounts, subscriptions, microtransactions, and all that left of the game was the box. Comment on the changes. Games change according to trends and audience preferences. There's still worlds like Happy Hunting Grounds with full-on simulation. Trenchmans, moneymakers got their hands on it and turned something that mattered to players into something that mattered to them. I talked enough. I can answer your questions now. Go ahead. What do you do? What are you doing here? So there's still curious people in the world. I mean, people that possess the virtue of curiosity. An old-timer to the core. Yes, this is going to be me in 30 years. I tell you, I look at these young players and I can see they don't know a thing. And you know what they do about it? They ask old-timers? Yeah, right, they never ask. They always know better. I played this game for years. I achieved everything. I know everything. Chat, he knows everything. And no one asked me a goddamn thing. I see them growing carrots, and I know they'd grow faster with a barrel of ice beside them, but does anyone ask? No, you know why? You tell me, Ed. The Dunning-Kruger effect. Rookies overrate their knowledge, mentors oversell theirs, but the world is changing too, especially this game. It all used to be more true to life, more difficult, and those scalawag youngsters would get the bum's rush. But I digress. And I bet there's something you want to talk to me about, isn't there? Maybe you want to hear a story? What about a guild? You're the guild master of Rusty Ed's Guild? I am. It's a guild open to all players of adequate level. What level do I need to be at? In order to join Rusty Edge Guild, you need to listen to 3 daily stories. Ha! Oh. That's easy. Should you tell me another story? Maybe later, I'm tired. Ask your questions if you have any, because I'm about to take a nap. What was it about weather? Lovely weather? Oh, yes, it is. Well, that's not how it used to be. Changing seasons. Rain. Storms. Uphill. Now it's just sun all the time. That's what the players wanted. They were fed up with rain. Fancy that. I could tell you lots of stories. Ask about the orange folk. You know anything about the orange farmers? Yeah, I seen them. I heard them. They act like bots. Or like idiots or NPCs. They play using freemium accounts and talk weird. There's no point mingling with them. Forgive an old man. I talked myself out. I need a nap. Yeah, have a good nap, Ed. Yeah, good nap. Oh, Fruity Betty. Well, Stallkeeper waved at me in a friendly manner and gestured towards their wares. Howdy, beautiful day. Only thing that could make it better is some shopping. I support the orange folk. I'd like to support the orange folk by selling a couple loot boxes and transferring profits to their account. Is that possible? Of course, sweetheart. I'll take it all. Money will be transferred to your account in a couple days after the auction. Excellent. Thanks for the help, Betty. Pleasure's all mine. From now on, you're one of my regulars and a friend, sweetheart. I see. All right. What about the fruit? It's a lot of goodies. Does it all come from your farm? I haven't grown anything myself in a while. I buy it all off from other players at the game's warehouse, which is available only to merchants. Can you make a living off selling crops in a game based on farming? Why would anyone buy stuff from you when they can grow it themselves? Can't grow everything from the start. I'm getting Stardew Valley vibes from this girl. And my fruit will get you seeds that'll develop your ranch faster. Just try them. They're delicious. Besides, I have access to the Ramal auctions. That's where I sell rare items from loot boxes. That's where the real money is. Buy fruit. A Tamarillo, a Pitaya, a Kawano, and a Rambu. Whoa! $2.50 for a Rambu. That's about the orange folk. Could you tell me anything about the orange folk? They're good clients, resourceful, and exceptionally effective. They bring me wares, I sell them, and transfer the money to their account. On the other hand, if you ask me my personal opinion, it wouldn't be as favorable. Personal opinion? Why? What do you really think of them? I spoke to Ack, that handsome fella. He told me everything. The drug addicts. The game is their virtual rehab, and Ack is their supervisor. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't add up with what we've got, though. Yeah, more like they're being exploited, yeah. Yeah. Fruity Hilda. Hello. What a nice day. Orange? Know anything about the orange farmers? Only that they trade stuff with Betty. She might know more. She's a talker. You know, I've heard some players address her in a particular way. They lean over and say, "Show me your wares," very emphatically. I think it's some kind of a password. Oh. Ask about Betty. Well, can you tell me about Betty? Sorry, no, I'm just logging in the game. You should have Betty. She knows to play better. What do you sell? Or nothing at the moment. My trade channel's closed. I'm getting ready to take on town profession of a merchant. Currently, I'm practicing slogans. Right. Enjoy the game, Barner. Right. Show me your wares. She winked at me knowingly. I have a firearm for 5,000 coins. Thanks, but I can't afford it. 5,000. Passphrase, what are you selling? Yeah, really. Millie Mope? Cowgirl tending a horse paid no attention to me. Pretzel, my precious, want some more, eh? Morning, can I ask? Can't you see I'm talking to Pretzel? That's one beautiful horse. Look at that lean profile. That swan-like neck. Those ears pointing perfectly forward. You know your horses. I'd be happy to continue this conversation once I'm done talking to them. You, talk about horses. They say you know a lot about horses. I'm considered an expert around here. I'm a decent rider, too. Horse secrets are a hobby of mine, you could say. For instance, who else knows that a hungry horse stamps their hoof 3 times? I know it from the game. Games are great educational systems. They can be. Does this girl actually believe what she's saying? It was nothing but nonsense. I'm going to not ruin her Christmas. Really fascinating. I think I heard about that at some point. She gave me a kind smile. Ask about the orange folk. Know anything about them? Don't know them? Don't talk to them. Fruity Betty says they're drug addicts. I think she's right. They sure act like they're on drugs. She hesitated, as if wanting to add something. Yes? You have more to say, right? Oh, it's nothing. I just feel sorry for them. They're all playing on freemium accounts and don't have access to horses. It's sad. Right. She winked at me. Right. Buy any number of artifacts from loot boxes. Find me near the stands in Hyrule. Gravedigger. Gravedigger Hank. He's leaning lazily against the headstone and stroking his belly. Hey. Good morning. Nice day. System message. Yee Haw, you're attempting to interact with the town profession Gravedigger. It is currently held by an inactive player. Player, Gravedigger Hank, is unavailable. Do you wish to report them for inactivity? Yeah? Report received. One more report will result in player suspension. Have a successful yield harvest time. Yee Haw. Okay. Go corns cheap. Yeah, saw that already. Hey. Cross-eyed Luke. Dirty scumbags. God, I hate them lousy freeloaders. Game of darts? It's a darts booth. How about a game? Don't fuck with me. That minigame was my favorite pastime in Harvest. You know you're going to have to get a gun? Probably. I was the best. I got all the achievements. I beat everyone. No cheating. I was famous in all of Harvest. And you know what? The fucking devs screwed me over with the latest patch because it wasn't making enough money, the greedy fuckers. Right. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was still I'm sorry. Okay, Can I go into the guild house? Can we visit as soon as you have more? Go back to the farm and waiting for you. Yikes. And Joe's just minding his own business. And I can't join Rusty Ed's guild, right? Wow. Wow. Sleeves is really just the asshole options, huh? Check activity. Uh-huh. He was in the game and he was sleeping soundly. I see. Wake up. He kept sleeping. Well, if I kick him off, he's going to fucking die. So, Is the game actually... Hey, can I go up these stairs? Bud? Buddy? 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 No, you're not gonna... Not gonna move? Gonna just... sit there and look at me awkwardly? Can I go in the saloon? No. Actually have to be level 15 to enter the saloon. Actual sale. Busted ATM. Oh, yeah? Fucked up ATM. The banker turned out to be a hack bot. His name had been altered and had a dumb look on his face, and it was crawling with flies? Oh, boy. He wasn't paying attention to me. Check the bot. Had been hacked well. Any attempt to access its code would require a lot of work, and it was unlikely to go unnoticed. Money? Can I withdraw some money from you? You know, a loan, a line of credit? I don't know how these things work here. I'm out of fucking order! All hail the Black Rook! Checkmate, motherfuckers! Huh? It's a neat hack, work of a pro. Okay. Well, I guess I can go down to the Orange Folk and tell them that all is fine. I did the thing. Beauregard? Beaufort? Took the boxes to Betty. Awesome, thank you. Then he went back to work. Okay. Okay. So I'm only missing one thing from the looks of it. All have similar symptoms. Yep. Heavy med and stimulant. They're addicted. They abuse pharma. They're forced to collect loot boxes. Use cheats and exploits, and why the system kicks them. No. Are either forced or manipulated into collecting and selling loot boxes. That's what it feels like. Losing control of reality and body. No. Or suffer side effects of pharma, stimulants, game pills, and the likes. I'm leaning towards forced to collect loot boxes. What are you thinking, chat? You thinking? Forced? I'm thinking forced. That one or the bottom one? I don't know that we have... Hey, is that all? Yeah, we'll be fine now unless someone gets disconnected again. Am I going to get a reward for help? Sure, what do you want? A metal car from a potato? You helped us and we're grateful. Thank you. Yeah. Actually, if you could give me a potato, that'd be great. Monitor source code. Continue binary, and no. I could log them out, but I don't think that's going to be... That'll just ruin Christmas for everyone else involved. Emmett doesn't want to talk. I don't think anyone... Oh. Silly Sally. Farmer had a female skin that didn't stand out from the others. It doesn't stand out? She manifested a kinetic hyperactivity. Most of her actions were pointless. Impressor. When I was younger, I loved playing Harvest, the sun-scorched earth, the neighing of horses, smell of cows. Ah, the memories. LOL. Screenshot. Wait. LOL. I posted 4 screenshots of your avatar online. Okay. Oh my god. Our flowing OMFG? Likes are flowing? So I used Chatbox instead of a voice communicator. Plus she was using a program that swapped numbers for... Okay. Okay. I translate. Could have written a script turning your strange symbols back into normal letters, but I didn't want to attract the admin's attention. So I created a simple decoding table. Nice. Nice. Proceed to questions. She looked at me expectantly. Ask her if she needs help. Do you need any help? Yeah, sure. Help is always welcome. With the crops. LOL. You need work? Sure thing. It's just so exhausting. Had to analyze chat to figure out what she wanted to tell me. She said she is exhausted. She nodded. Okay. Ask about the orange folks' problem. Heard the orange folk got some problems. They're getting disconnected. Do you know anything about it? I don't know what 45k would be. You ask? Yeah, it's you ask, I guess. You ask me and I ask you. People keep passing out lately, and all the progress... They pass out and all the progress is wasted? Gotcha. Then we have to make up for the work, which is hard. And that's why I'm all hopped up. Says she's hopped up. Talk about feigning accidents, losing progress, you're getting hopped up to work faster. She nods vigorously. Nice about behavior. Behaving a little odd. Movements, I mean. How long have you been like this? How long? Dude, it feels like forever. I'm so woozy. Were thanks? Something caused the boss says we need it. Taking something because the boss... Oh, that's something? Oh, that's fucked. I sighed. None of these? Taking something... I mean... She's not scared. I see you're muddled from the medications you get. She clapped and jumped happily. She pulled out a leather-bound notebook and handed it to me. It was a chat decoding program. I checked and installed it. Hello, I can see you're struggling a bit. Fight me! It'll be easier this way. You're cool, you know. It's nice of you to say. How about I ask you a few more questions then? Okie dokie, shoot. I feel... Chat, Okay. Why do you play? Why do you play Harvest Time? You gotta play because you gotta eat. Gotta make a living. Everyone has to work. Well, except that bitch, but she's not my friend anymore. It's a job? I could do worse, couldn't I? Sure I could. Yeah, I guess. How you doing in the game then? I can see you're working hard and, well, you gotta push. You gotta play. There must be progress. It's been going faster lately as we've got more speeders. Speeders make everything grow and drop faster, but you get tired for some reason. Ask about the speeders. Can you tell me more about those speeders? It's sort of a boost. Makes plants grow faster and boxes drop faster. I mean, it doesn't happen fast. The world around you just slows down. Oops, wasn't supposed to talk about it to anyone. So hush. Promise you won't say a word. Yeah. Promise. Did a zipping lip gesture. Thanks, love ya. Can you tell me who you are? What's your name and realium? Samantha. My folks came up with a stupid name. Borgia. Can you imagine? I don't think it's even a name. I was a laughingstock. So I got the fuck away. You ran away from home? Oh no. You bet I did. If you're stuck with fucked up parents, what else can you do? And don't try to push me about it or I'll put you on my ignore list. Okay. Maybe you could tell me something about your parents. Who are they? Oh my god, I asked you not to be. You're just like everyone else. You've been added to Silly Sally's ignore list. Oh well. Okay. I mean, that escalated quickly. Bessie doesn't talk to me. Farmer's toiling away. Who are you? I'm a Gamedec. Stanley said you could help me. Oh, it's you. Fantastic. Hold on. I'm looting. Oh. Wow, it's the friendly dress of the Confederate General's wife. Type 12 with the spicy apple perfume in a 3-meter radius. Not a bad drop. Okay. I guess you brought me luck. That'll make up half my day's work. We can talk. Right. That's about the orange folk. What can you tell me about others from your organization? They're not as good as me. Well, except maybe Jack, but he's like a machine. Hardly ever leaves the game. He's completely off now, and you can't get through to him. He lives in La La Land because time runs differently for him. Oh, there's a treasure chest. Let's see what's inside. Oh, man, it's the Gravedigger's sturdy shovel and the accelerated parsley cultivation bonus. Right. I'm new to this game. Tell me more about loot boxes. Better ask Candy Joe, the bot by the station. He'll explain it better. Oh, no. Please don't. Yep. goodies inside. From what he said, the boxes drop very fast, suspiciously fast. You using boosts? What? I don't need any boosts. All it takes is skill and some luck. You, for one, are my lucky teddy bear. A bunny. Another box, and inside, the Great Anxiety Chief's headdress. Right. Watch the guy working. I stood and watched him work. I could work with you all day. Another treasure chest, and in it, the Lucky Shot Winchester M 1866 rifle with potato dumpling engraving. You really do bring me luck. My treasure is the potato. That's quite a lot. Could you give me a hand? I need to take my loot to a fence in town. If you could help me, I'd owe you one. A big one. Okay. And this is how I get jumped by the admins and they find me cheating. I need to deliver this loot to the fence. Talk to the stallkeeper, Fruity Betty. All clear? Why you not going yourself? I could, but time is money. Time is money, friend! And I'm even losing it right now. Sorry, that's the truth. I could be looting right now. Alright. Need to remember that my time is valuable too, guy. I don't work for free. Sure is. What do you need? Coins? Weapon? Weapon? Alright. And then we're going to find her? Yep. Alright. Yeah! Oh, chat. What's the odds that he gives me like a fucking airsoft gun? There's no way he gives me like a gun, right? Surely not. Hey, Betty. I'm back. Sell guys loot. Betty, got a couple items for sale. I'll take it all and pay you immediately. Alright. Transfer everything to the Orange Folk account because I'm not a psycho. Might be optional versus grinding shitload of coins. Yeah. Sure thing, sweetheart. They just received the money. Thank you, Betty. Pleasure's all mine. Alright. Bye, Betty. Hey, Oliver. You back to come and help me solve a case? Hey, guy. It contained a pricing list. Everything seems to be in order. I knew I could trust you. So you want a weapon for the trouble, or did you change your mind? Give me the weapon. Give me the weapon. Oh, wait, I could have asked for help in the investigation. Achievement, guns. Lots of guns. You can only use it to kill NPC bandits on your farm since they remove PvP. Oh. Well, there's also Sunset Duels events. You know, the one where where you challenge the sheriff to a duel. If you win, you take his star. But for that, you need a high-level character or lots of cash. Okay. Ask about disconnecting. Stanley said you get disconnected a lot. What has it happened to you? Hey, Oliver. Come here. Hey. Not much. Almost never. Only when I'm really tired. Right? Mm-hmm. But I take the right mix and everything's fine. The mix? What kind of mix is that? Telemin, Vitatol, Strobo 5, protein, vitamin, mineral supplements, and something for reinforcement. Can't remember the name. Keep talking. Another treasure chest. The Lucky Shot Winchester, etc., etc. Uh-huh. Right. Sophie does this like 5 times. Right? Ish? Maybe? No? You're just gonna keep going, huh? I was kind of hoping that he'd, you know, be able to help me out. You know, some more. A Carmine twofold draped mantilla with a 5-star renown bonus during the Farmer Fiesta. I see. Alright. Well. And I didn't get that data. Heavenly Yee Haw. Yeah. So what's the... Yes, Oliver, I see you. They're either forced or manipulated. I don't know anymore after talking to those 2 NPCs that they're technically being forced. They're definitely in a bad way, and they definitely have the big brother situation. But I feel like they're definitely abusing pharmacological substances. I think this is the one to choose. suspects. Alright. So I gotta go talk to more people again. Hey, Mr. Ake Thompson. Oh, wait up. Never mind. Going to have a nice day. Tell Stanley what I've deducted. Okay, I'm assuming I have to go yeet myself off the, Yes, Oliver. Hello. Hello, Mr. Oliver. That's not where I left that. Oliver, how did you do this? Mug cam. Yeah. Tiny adjustments. There we go. Okay. So now I gotta go jump off a roof again. You know, as one does. Time to give Stanley the preliminary report. We must descend into Yee Haw hell. Woo! Wow, they make me pop out of the thing each time too, huh? Stanley! Howdy, cowboy. I can see you wandered off the trail. I am suddenly very happy that I chose to have gun. I'm the sheriff in this town. Not many players know about this place, especially newcomers. What brings you here? We have no bullets, though? It's a video game! We have infinite bullets! Uh-oh. He starts off disliking me. Wild West sheriff, it all added up. I'm gonna meet someone. Need to talk to someone here. Yeah, you mean Stanley, right? He was waiting here for you, but had to leave the game. He asked me to talk to you on his behalf, if you don't mind, of course. But before I do, allow me to proceed with the formalities. He straightens up, clears his throat. As the Sheriff of High Rock, I'd like to officially welcome you to our community. I'm here to help beginners and uphold the law, the game's rules, that is. Welcome, Rancher. I mean, no reason to be rude off the bat. I greet him. I reach out my hand. He locks eyes with me, smiled, and shook my hand. Right. Not only will I answer all your questions, but you'll receive something else. A welcome package and a pouch of coins for your farm. Cool, ain't it? Let's go down to the saloon and talk over a drink. What do you say? I don't have access to the saloon. Sheriff is a bit awkward, but I don't have access. Not a problem. With my invitation, you can enter any public building. Let's go. I might have a job for you that will get something more than gold coins. Gamedec. I am, nervous. Let's take a walk. Hank, it's good to see you. How long till you're done? I just logged in. 6 weeks left. Right. See, now I'm extra nervous because the game was like, you can duel the sheriff at high noon and whatnot if you're a high level or have money. Howdy, Ben. How's that achievement going? You got it? Well, that was the wrong voice for him. Howdy, Sheriff. I'm about to crack the physics behind these bundles. Today's the day. It has to be. I ask about the achievement. What's the achievement you're working on? Great Pyramid of Bundles. I'll be the first player to get it. Right. There's the saloon. You're blocked from accessing it, but we'll fix that little problem promptly. Types a few commands of the game's interface. I saw that I now had access to the saloon. Be my guest. I guess I can schmooze up to him? Not a bad trick. Oh, it's one of the privileges of being sheriff. I can grant access to the saloon to anyone I want. Okay. First, let me ask you this. What's your poison? Whiskey? Now, Chad, I'm not saying that I got real fucked up the last time that I accepted alcohol. I guess I'll have whiskey. It's a sign of trust with the sheriff, is it? Bottoms up, then. I'm telling you, friend, this stuff may be digital, but it tastes like the genuine article. It's phenomenal. Okay, that did it. Okay. I ask about Stanley. First thing, you offered to do Stanley a favor when we were in the graveyard. Stanley was waiting for you, but had to log out of the game. You can talk to me if you want. Why did he log out of the game? He wasn't feeling well. It's a Western. If you don't drink, it's suspicious. True. It happens sometimes. You had information for him on some issue concerning the Orange folk. Is that correct? I'm going to inquire about the Orange folk. Before we get to that, can you tell me anything about the Orange Dream Farmers? What is there to say? They're farmers from a public farm. I was informed they're the reason you're in harvest time. Stanley's one of them. You mentioned they have a problem. I'm a bit surprised they didn't ask for my help. Well, they're kids playing on freemiums to pass the time just for the hell of it. They've no ambition to own a farm. Are the Orange folk really children? Didn't you know that? Yeah, they're kids. Fuck. That gets weird. That's why I can't figure out why they would hire a Gamedec. Oliver, we're in a tricky situation. We're in a tricky situation, Mr. Oliver. Well, I think it's worth trusting the sheriff at the moment. Because he either is a great actor or he cares. And I'm not sure which, but I'll tell the truth. I don't see why this should be a secret. I was hired by the farmers from... Oh, you trust me, a shitload. I was hired by the farmers at Orange Dream. They have a problem with gameplay stability. They keep getting disconnected. I will share my conclusion. Came to the conclusion they're addicted to pharmacological substances, most likely stimulants. He nods in understanding. Do you think there's somebody behind all this? Some dealer that uses harvest time to distribute drugs among the players? No. That's worded a little weirdly. Yeah, I'm gonna deny that one. I think it's unlikely. I believe that a player named the Outlaw is responsible for the Orange folks' problems. Outlaw seemed like a peculiar name to choose. I've been suspecting for a while the Outlaw is a dealer that sells illegal boosts. Lots of players are addicted to the game's systems. They start paying for these programs with items from loot boxes, and they fall into a vicious circle. If you agree to work with me, I'll tell you my plan to catch the Outlaw. You'd play a central role in it. Okay. If this is true, sure. You convince me, Sheriff, I'll work for you. He offered what I usually charge for searching for something in Virtualia. Pog! Getting paid, possibly double. I nodded, then realized he hadn't told me what the job actually was. True. We shook hands. You never signed contracts in my line of work. Fair. Alright, let's cut to the chase. First of all, I need you to confirm the Outlaw's location. When you do that, find out whether they work alone or have accomplices. Then we'll meet up and draw a detailed plan. Okay. What about the outlaw? What do we know about him?
I'm sure this player uses many different accounts and characters. Recently, they've been known as the Outlaw. They were in some shady business with Black Rook, a known hacker and fraud who has been permabanned from the game. Rook did a lot of nasty stuff. He once hacked our banker, Mr. Adams, and gave him an insulting name. The next update should finally fix it.
Alright. Okay. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna collect evidence against the outlaw and inform the admins about our plans. I also have some real-life obligations.
I see. Alright. Okay. I'll begin the investigation. Time to get to work.
Wait for me in the saloon after you've found all the answers. I'll be there at nightfall and we'll think up a plan. Oh, hold on. Let me give you the welcome package.
Sheriff made several gestures and opened the game's options.
Welcome to harvest time. Please accept this humble gift.
Yee Haw! You've received 3 mystery gifts. I can't wait to open them for you. Come to the ranch. You received a gift of 500 coins. You can use these to buy wonderful items, for example. From me. Let's meet up. Thank you. Thanks, Sheriff. It's a nice gesture.
The pleasure's all mine, friend. It's time for me to go. I have things to do in Realium.
I still had an obligation towards Stanley. I had to understand the orange folks' problem.
I wish you good luck.
He extends his hand towards me. I shake his hand. See you later, Sheriff.
We'll meet at nightfall, Gamedec.
He tipped the brim of his hat and left. Uh-oh. One of the women upstairs beckoned me and pointed to the stairs that ran along the saloon's outer wall. My name is Lee Ann. We could help each other. Let's meet behind the saloon. That's not good. The woman Lee Ann must have been listening in. She wanted to meet me outside. Oh no. Oh no. Who is the outlaw? Interesting. Alright. Bartender. Hey. Welcome to High Rock Saloon. Can I get you anything? Gosh, a lady! I remembered that Bob Zappa from TMP had told me that I had a chance to contact him through the bartender. I just need... Yeah, but Bob Zappa also kind of sort of hates me, but, yeah, sure. I looked at the bartender knowingly and whispered,
My Carissa.
His eyes flashed green, and I heard a familiar beep signal, and the face of my old friend appeared before my eyes. Hey, pal, I'm in a meeting. Can't talk right now. I'll send you when I'm done. This could take a while. Sure thing, later. I wondered if he remembered what he promised me. Okay. Ask about rumors. Tell me about the local rumors. Sorry, I can only serve drinks. I'm an automatic character, not a player. Please don't look so surprised. Player hired me to fill in for them as bartender, their town profession. This paid service lets you keep a role despite being absent. If you're interested in other paid services, please visit the game's website. Now, can I get you anything? I order a drink. You need a premium account in order to buy drinks here. Fuck. Premium my ass. Fuck. I need one more point. I need one more of this. I need one more fax. Can I talk with anyone in here? No. No? Okay. Well, time to go check out what's going on with the lit.
Mine, they're mine. Magnificent are they, Midas apples, made of gold.
Oh boy. Let's talk, Gamedec. The woman looked noble and serious, though she kept looking around as though she were afraid of something. When she noticed me, her face took on an imperious look. Oh no. You're a Gamedec, aren't you? Nodders. Yes, I'm working on a case here. Oh yes, you accidentally, okay. I accidentally overheard your conversation with the sheriff, and I think I might have a simple but lucrative job for it. I'd like you to provide me with intel about the sheriff. Who he is, what he does, how many zeros he has in his bank account, and so on. Anything you can tell me about his life in Realium would be useful. Can I count on your help? Why? I'm considering entering into a financial arrangement with this person. I'd like to make sure he's solvent and trustworthy, that's all. Chat, this is, now maybe it's the very eerie music they're playing for this scene, but this does not feel like a great idea. Actually, I'm convinced it's definitely the music. Chad, have any thoughts on this? While I have a little swig of the old water. Actually, also, chat, talk among yourself. I'm gonna give you here. Here. Have a large sleepy baby. I gotta go to the bathroom. Be right back. Everything is suspicious, says the chat. Yeah, you right. You right, though. Alright. I did unmute myself, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. Woo! Alright, so I'm going to refuse this job because it's, I'm afraid I won't have the time for this job. Looks surprised. What a disappointment. Should you change your mind, find Rusty Ed and tell him that you work for me. You'll be granted access to the guild house. Oh no, you're with Rusty Ed. I suddenly felt the air move as if someone had walked right past me, but nobody was there. I resumed the conversation with Leanne. I'm terribly sorry I got distracted for a moment. I noticed. Well, if you were to find some time after all, the job awaits you. I'll be at the guild house. Goodbye. Don't like that. I don't like that. Don't like that. Zappa! Hi. Alright, managed to get out of that meeting, but I'm on my way to the next one. Tell me what this is about. Maximum level, gold coins. Help with the investigation. Conducting an investigation at harvest time. I need intel on a player. Damn it, this kind of data is usually restricted. I can't help you myself. But I'll ask some friends. Who is this about? It's about the sheriff, the outlaw, and Leanne. From the High Rock region. Any information will be helpful. Every detail matters. Sure, I'll ask around. I'll send to you as soon as I find anything. Later. Thanks. Okay. Alright. This is, I don't... Wait, horse? Jolly Jumper? The animal's eyes were shut, and there was a small note floating above it. Charger, regenerative slumber, please do not wake. I saw horses in a zoo once. I remember they lay down to sleep. Horses don't sleep standing up. They take naps, but remain alert. A page with the encyclopedic entry on horses in the game fluttered in the air. As soon as I read it, it was gone. Okay. Bimbo! Cowboy snapped his fingers against the brim of his hat. Howdy! Plenty of work? Plenty of bundles to stack. I'm taking a breather right now, and then it's back to work. What do you do? I stack bundles at a designated spot. I'm going to stack them into a pyramid. I want to get the Great Pyramid of Bundles achievement. No one got it yet. It's supposed to be impossible. I have to see it for myself. Alright, gotta get back to work. If you want to talk, wait until I finish stacking this hay. I'll come back for a bit of a breather on. One more question, buddy. It was saying in the journalism business, just one more question. How about it, Ben? Fine, fine. One more, but make it quick. Can you help me with something? I'm gathering information on certain residents in High Rock. Sure can. Don't know many people, but you hear all kinds of rumors. You know how it is, so who are you interested in? I suddenly felt a strange presence a few steps away from me. Observe it secretly. I noticed some movement out of the corner of my eye. The air was shimmering the way it does on hot days. It looked like the shadow was generated by the game's engine. A shadow of a human. It could have been a bug or an invisible player. As a game deck, I couldn't ignore these kinds of phenomena. Sorry, I got distracted. Where were we? You asked me to help you with investigation. I was thinking about it. I have to say, it's quite exciting. Mind, though, if anyone asks, you didn't hear it from me. Just a passing wind whispered something in your ear, all right? What do you know about Leanne? I hadn't seen her here before. She wanted to know if the sheriff has money and kept asking these personal questions about him. It was weird. And you'll ask, what business did she have asking me? I have no idea, but I quickly brushed her off and told her nothing. Time to stack another bundle. You should rest a little bit more. Carrying those could strain your spine. Seriously? In a game? But you're right. I do feel sometimes when I get up from the couch. Rest it is, then. That's about the sheriff. What do you know about the sheriff? I'll tell you what everyone knows. No player's faster than Billy. He's been sheriff for this long because no one can beat him in a duel. And you'll ask, does he use cheats to win? I have no idea, but it doesn't matter because he's a good sheriff. Best one we ever had. Well, break's over. Can I assist you? Are you serious? You don't have anything else to do? I have to carry him myself or it might not count towards my achievement. Better not risk it. Right. Okay. Alright. Didn't really give me anything on there. Current sheriff isn't beaten, though many have tried. The popular opinion is that he's damn quick. And some invisible player's been going around hanging out with me. And it's probably not Billy. Clever Hans. This horse was chewing despite having nothing in its mouth. Curious, I read online that's a sign of stress. Yet the beast was standing still and paid me no mind. Suddenly a piece of paper jumped out at me, and as soon as I read it, it vanished as if it had never been in the first place. It was an encyclopedic entry on local steeds. Jumping down this well was certain death. I was sure to end up in the graveyard. But why would... Alright. Hey, dude. You here now? Howdy, stranger. I'm Hank, and I have the honor of being a gravedigger in this sunny establishment. And I don't sell coffins, so don't ask. I'm new here. Mind if we talk? Oh, Lord. If you have questions about the game, talk to Handy Joe by the platform. If you're interested in other topics, we can chat. Gravedigger? Not a farmer? How'd you get that role? My farm is frozen right now. I need to work a town profession for a year to unlock the town resident achievement. Gravedigger gig happened to be available. Work is peaceful. It's basically world building, and nobody dies since they remove PvP. When it gets boring, I pop out to Realium to buy baby stuff. I can even sleep in game, but my folks grumble about it. Runny nose, you know. No. No. Town resident achievement takes some dedication. You have to be in harvest time. Sorry. Oh, wait, no, it is harvest time. Okay, for some reason I thought it was harvest town. For that long? For a year? If I'm not in game, players can report my absence. Then the scripts check it and decide if I can continue in this role. Last month, my activity dropped a little because of the divorce. I was moving in with my folks, got reported, and lost the role. Sheriff Billy vouched for me. He's the reason I kept my progress. He's one great man, believe me. Sure. Decent citizen indeed. Right. World needs more people like him. They make it a better place. I felt this strange presence that had haunted me before I knew I had to investigate it. There were two tools I could use. Intermirror could pierce through the cloak, while Pain Ping launched a painful jamming impulse. Yeah, I'm thinking mirror between the two. Oh, I spilled some water on myself. Ding dong. I opened my deck, launched Intermirror, and turned it towards the supposed presence. Surprise, motherfucker! I recognized the human silhouette without a material avatar. The structure of the cloaking code seemed familiar, but I couldn't say why. After a while, the shape disappeared. I knew that if I had caught this ghost, I'd be able to examine it more closely, maybe even talk to it. I need to catch the ghost. Interesting. Apparently, only I saw that then? Sorry, Hank. I saw something. You did look like you'd seen a ghost. Ha! That's about the residents. Can you tell me something about the residents? No one dies, so I rarely get to speak to them. Besides, I don't like to gossip. I prefer to look at the sky. It's so beautiful. Please? Staying for days on end, you must see things other than this, like players who aren't here just to play the game. Ghosts and candles in the Underha. Yeah. Just a minute ago, my old friend was pestering me for some stuff and got nothing. Haven't seen her in-game for months, and now she shows up as Leanne. I think it was Leanne. And just starts convincing me to... Over 9. Yeah. You know what? I interview a lot of people on camera. I've noticed they don't do well with secrets. The secret eats away at you from inside like a worm. It's best to get it out. Makes you feel better. Finish your story. She was looking for whales. Ones with real money. She wanted to find someone to bankroll her business in Realium. She was asking about cheap bank loans, but I'm not Electrobank staff in here. I'm a gravedigger. I won't talk about work. I'm on leave. To be honest, she looked desperate. Who are you in Realium? I work for Electrobank. I mean, I live with my parents now. I'm on their old couch as we speak. I'm pregnant, so I'm on leave. Oof. And Angus, thank you for the hydration. There it is. We're hydrating. Congratulations on the pregnancy, Hank. Didn't realize you had a uterus. Well, I am a man and I don't have a uterus. I mean, Cynthia, my beloved, doesn't consider me manly enough. Which is why we got a divorce. What? I gave her the apartment and she transferred the pregnancy to me. What do you mean? What? Man, dinosaurs walk among us. Yes, I am a dinosaur. I am not organically pregnant. My boy is in an exuder, an external uterus at the White Cloud Clinic. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. He feels my actual movements, hears me like he would in a real uterus. He can sense light if I'm in the sun. Recently got an upgrade. Now my little bud can feel virtual movements and sensory worlds. He sees light, hears sounds, all of it. Yikes. So I'm lounging in harvest time, enjoying nature and fresh air. It's good for the baby. Neat, if somewhat horrifying. Okay. I look at the tombstone. My eye caught by the reflection in the tombstone. It wasn't smooth enough to reflect anything clearly. I looked at the gravedigger's tools and wondered what holographic epitaph I wondered what holographic epitaph I'd have liked to see over my tombstone. Lyrical, epic, or dramatic? Lyric? Poetry? Our life is a falling leaf, taken from its bough by the wind. We can do naught but turn the inevitable plummet into dance. That's good stuff. I'll have to carve it on one of my stones. Right. Ooh. Zappa! I'm in a meeting. I went to the bathroom and I'm sensing you from the stall. Cool, huh? What you got? You didn't have to tell me that. Anyway, got anything? A friend from customer service dug up some data on these players. Didn't get a proper look yet. I'll just read it out for you. Hi, Bob looked into the sheriff guy. Suspicious stuff. It seems he's using some kind of cheat. A speed boost or a timer manipulator. Sheriff account is registered to a man called Mr. Lebsky, and Leanne's real name is Nanette Doucette. Now listen to this. That guy is a manager in her organization, the Nanette Foundation. Okay. I checked their in-game profiles, and there's not a single interaction between them, as if they didn't know they both play. Curious, huh? My guy from Hacks gained access to the VPress cloud and found a recording featuring Mr. Lebsky and Nanette. Transcript enclosed, you owe me big time. I owe him, that is, not you. Anyway, I have to get back to the meeting. Is this any good? What about the outlaw? Right, I forgot. It's a new, anonymous account. They're not registered within the first week. They get automatically deleted. Thanks, Bob. Oh, you. This information will help me. Take care. I'm glad I could return the favor. Take care and good luck.
That future Taco Bell, am I right?
Okay, that's less good. He lies, manipulates, and schemes, but I doubt he's to blame for what's happening to the orange folk. That he is responsible in situations like this. There's only one person. That person is the local lawman. Or is that he's one of the victims. He's acting like a child lost in the dark. He's popular, but also naive and uninformed. Need more info. Okay. She's the head of Nanette. Trying to con suckers for I don't think she's to blame. Responsible. I feel a sudden strong gust of wind. There's the occasional mild breeze in this game, but nothing like this. I was either hallucinating or just seen falling dust arrange itself into the outline of a human being. Just as I had expected, my invisible stalker reappeared. I had one or two more apps I could use to examine his activity, but both were illegal! Oh, yeah? How illegal? How illegal? I could trace the player by performing either a safety scan or by putting on Gamedec goggles. The scan was more reliable, but risked drawing admin attention. The goggles were safer, but the range was limited to field of view.
The goggles.
Yeah, I think we go for the goggles. Okay. Alright. It is time for a little birdie to show itself. Use the programs indicating the ghost location, catch it, and force it to duel. Oh, yeah? The goggles pointed me towards the ghost, but I only had a short while to find it. I had to hurry. I was determined to catch this ghost, so I hurried in the direction suggested by the app. And I'll save, just in case. I had the enemy in the bag, I just had to restrain them. The freeze app I had in my deck was the best tool for the task. I restrain them. I can scan them after. Beep, beep. I opened a window and chose freeze, but my attack was ineffective. The enemy had some sort of security program. There's something familiar about the software. It took me a moment, but I finally recognized it. They were Gamedec apps! Uh-oh. To gain advantage in a duel, choose attacks your opponent has not seen before and defenses that fit your opponent's attacks. I was up for a duel. My enemy didn't wait for an invitation and quickly launched the first attack. The enemy attacked me within the web. It was a massive thing, one I wasn't prepared for. It hit me with full power and gave my opponent the lead. Ugh. I entered the fight. It seemed my enemy had access to a standard collection of apps, but so did I. I opened a window with offensive and defensive programs. Apps had different speeds and methods of operation. Successful attacks give you an advantage, while a good defense helped you keep it. Well, I gotta get all on the offensive. I gotta attack. Personalized ads! I had access to tools that could bury my enemy under a pile of personalized ads. Shouldn't mess with infotainers. It definitely made a mess of my opponent's screen, which was the point. I was sure my opponent had already chosen an application. My opponent used Monster, Disperse, and Swift. I used Return to Sender. I wonder if my enemy knew that one, the so-called query redirection. Simple once you got the hang of it. My enemy became the target of their own attack. That must have surprised them. But I knew they would be more... Okay, I'm attacking again. Fuck. I had to choose an app. Bow, sword, halberd, web, monster, shurikens. Oh no. This is amazing. Viagra pills know you. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, he used monster, so he'd know about monster. So, sword, focused and fast? Sounds good. Those who live by the sword. From what I remember, this app injected server queries into the opponent's code. It was basically a virus. The enemy responds with helmet. Wrong method, but faster. I gained the advantage. The advantage I gained was minimal. My opponent was preparing another attack. This time they hit me with a bow, focused and swift. I see. Then I will use repulsion, also focused and swift. I believe. Yes. Yes. I use repulsion. It's a quick type of defense that deflects enemy packets. It was the perfect defense. I wasn't affected at all. I attack again. I had to choose another rap. Shurikens. Dispersion fast. It was basically several not-so-sophisticated attacks that had a chance to blind the enemy. They use repulsion, though the move was fast. The speed and the method weren't correct. This isn't how you defend against shurikens. He didn't gain anything from it. I disarmed the enemy, which allowed me to restrain them and check their identity. A female voice spoke to me. All right, you really kicked my ass there. Let's talk. Who dis? Who are you? Tell me. Relax, I'm your friend. I like your profession and I'm intrigued by your investigation. That's why I've been observing you at work. I don't want to say more right now. Not here. Fine. Fine, but I don't appreciate being followed and eavesdropped on. You still haven't answered my question. I'm a friend and I'll try to prove that to you. As for all the spying, I hope I can make it up to you somehow. Do I know you? You said that you're a friend. Do we know each other? We met some time ago in a different world. I've got a feeling we're more in common than just our profession. The person who insulted my penis in the previous world? What do you want? All I want is a friendly chat. One game deck to another. Sorry for all the sneaking around. Will you accept my apology? Sure. Really? Great. Gotta say, I didn't expect that. As a thank you, allow me to. Maybe I'll share some information with you. Might help with your investigation. Yes. I don't mean to force my solution on you too early. After all, it could be wrong, right? Yes. Finish your investigation. Let's meet to discuss our findings, preferably somewhere private. For example, in the bedroom. Graveyard seems to be the best. That's what she said. Hey! I think of these, we choose graveyard. Saloon, I already got overheard in the saloon. It's obviously not good. In the graveyard. That's right. After you complete the investigation, finish up your business, meet me where the tombstones grow, as a poet would say. Is anywhere actually private in the virtual world? Well, you know. Do you remember the way? You need to jump off the well, jump into the well, or off the saloon roof. Both are fine. Oh. The mysterious game deck vanished in the air. A moment later, I receive a text file and private message. I scan and open it. It said, "You really kicked my ass there, friend. Please accept the enclosed files with my compliments." I overheard the sheriff say something about a cheat called Speed Boost. There's also something else in the file. The sheriff has two trusted men, Ack and Mad Dog. Oh, yeah? Ack keeps an eye on the orange folk, but Mad Dog rarely ever logs into the game. I collected this data by listening in to players. You might find it useful. The message ended with the note, "I'd love to speak with you about this case. Remember Graveyard. I'll wait here." Oh, no. Oh, no. If Axe with Sheriff, that's yikes. That's a yikes for me, dude. That's not good. Ack, where you at? Where you stepping? Got a Gamedec, so I heard you're working for the sheriff. Good call. Law has to be respected. I understand you're chasing an outlaw, and you'd like to question my people. That's problematic. You'd take too much of their time. From what I heard, the outlaw is anxious to leave High Rock. You should take your detective skills to a different part of town. Uh-huh. Good luck and good day to you. Uh-huh. Yeah? So you're saying you don't want me sniffing around this part of town? Listen, Didn't really have to help you, but I did anyway. I try to help all the orange folk, even those who don't expect me to. Any information could help. He lowers his voice. True, not all of us wanted a Gamedec snooping around here. Not everyone chipped in, like me, for example. It's harder for us since one of the girls sort of abandoned us, ran away, said it was her dream to see other locations in the game. I don't know, maybe she did it just to spite us. Go now, please, I don't want trouble. And this guy's real locked in. I probably can't talk to anyone else. She added me to her ignore list because she's special. Yeah, I can't talk to any of these people anymore. Oh, please stay. Maybe I'll get lucky again? Yeah, sure, I guess. There you go. The Red Courier male coach with sluggish draft pony. Crazy! Well, I think it might be time that I actually consider working with the girl. Ed, you awake? Wake up. Oh, was a snoring? I said, no, thank goodness it's harvest. There's no snoring here unless I missed some patch. I see. Tell me a story. You heard my story about old game systems. Would you like to hear about the legendary artifact now, or how I became sheriff? Yeah, sure. Sheriff. Tell me about it. Where do I start? You know, we're not all up and about in here. We're waving our arms around. Our bodies lie still on couches. Mine in my place, yours at your place, and sometimes it's all about speed here, especially with duels. But I mean your neuronal speed, not bodily. If you want to be sheriff, you must beat the previous one. You must be faster, more precise. Let him continue. Go on. This guy was good. Everyone could see it, but I noticed something. He would enter the game for up to 3 hours, maybe 4. It was always like that. But once he lingered, playing poker, it was 6 hours, 7? And guess what? The guy was staggering, dropping off. I noticed his fragile brain, quick but easily fatigued. It was his vulnerability. Next time I played him myself, I kept letting him win. I challenged him to a sunset duel after he'd spent 12 hours here. He couldn't turn it down, that's the rule. He was good, but I could see in his eyes he'd already lost. His eyelids were twitching from the adrenaline rush. That's not adrenaline. Human eyelids are inverted by 2 motor nerves, autonomous and autotronic, part of the sympathetic nervous system. When you're tired, the latter turns off and your eyelids droop, even though you consciously try to raise them. He was just exhausted. So you wouldn't give up without a fight. He knew that would insult me. Don't get me wrong, he was a good guy. He knew I'd discovered his weakness. Maybe if he had money, he could have paid to get his neurons enhanced. Maybe that's what the poker was for. I never saw him again in here. Maybe he had a breakdown. Was he fed up with his quick fatigue? It bothered me a bit. Anyway, I was sheriff here for a full month before I lost a duel. But I've never forgotten that guy. Had a nice vintage nick. Kill them all. Oh. I know that guy. Kill them all, I know him. Met him a couple times. Even invited him to my show once. His wrinkled face brightened. Really? Hot damn. Well, I'm glad he's still holding up. Kind of. All right, I expect you want to ask me a question now? Yep. Did you permit me to the guild? Yep. Sure. Ask about Leanne. What can you tell me about Leanne? I got the impression you knew her. I do, from way back. But I can't tell you anything because it's not polite to gossip at all. Please. I'm conducting an investigation here. I'm trying to help other players. I just want to know who she is. I need that. Well, if you're helping others, Leanne is a new character of a friend of mine. She came back to harvest time after a lengthy hiatus. She heads the Nanette. You know, it feels weird that they're telling me about what they do IRL, but you know, whatever. In Realium, it's an organization that protects children. Oh. I get the feeling I should suddenly hang out with Leanne. Okay. Can you tell me a story? Got one more. All right. Apparently I'm a good listener, chat. Achievement get. It was about a decade ago when an event was announced that would last all year. A year! It was said that one of the loot boxes would contain a legend of harvest time, the artifact jewel. I can still remember it. It was a house in the game, house of happiness. It was covered in flowers. It boosted the joy neurotransmitters of whoever was in it. That sounds pretty dangerous. That sort of software can cause addiction. Did they warn anyone about it?
I don't know much about it, but let me tell you one thing. A lot more was allowed in games back then compared to today. So there was this player, Ted Godiva, who sold his apartment, everything he had to improve his chances. He spent a lot of money on boosts. That's how he got that treasure. The house is still hovering somewhere in the game, in Elysium. He settled here in harvest time. He became a zonet. Oh no. He only had enough money to keep his brain alive for a few months. Even while he was dying, he kept smiling.
I read a report on zonets. He'd need lots of money to stay alive for years. And not just to keep a netrium. An organic brain gets older. Someone would need to keep providing him Everbrain, a regenerative enzyme. Maintaining a netrium liquids is the enzyme. It costs a fortune. Okay, now that you listen to my story, I can answer your questions.
Admit me to the guild.
Sure, you listen to my stories, and I can see you're not a member of any other guild. Just a minute. There, welcome to Rusty Ed's Guild. Be nice. Be sure to read the terms of service. One sentence. Be nice. Yee Haw! You're now a member of Rusty Ed's Guild. Does you good access to the guild house where you can give out ton attraction. Guild house available from level 15 to get on the farm and level up.
Don't worry about the levels. My guild runs on principles from 20 years ago when there was no such limitation. The house is open.
Thanks, Ed.
I've always liked to see things come and go, which is the appeal of old games.
Right. What about Sheriff Billy? You know Sheriff?
He's been nagging me lately, asking me to admit him to the guild. Him and those two loyal cowboys of his. You know, the Cowboy Ack and Mad Dog, though the latter doesn't come from here often. But I refuse every time they ask. I don't trust them, but keep that to yourself. Yeah, but now I'd like to take a nap.
Ed! No! Ed! Wake up! Ed! Hi! One more question, Ed. What about the Outlaw? Know anything about the player called Outlaw?
Do I know anything? I can't tell you that. The Outlaw is a member of Rusty Ed's Guild.
Oh, yeah?
Just like dozens of other players that ask nicely enough.
I see.
Including you, my friend. Why don't you just have it out with them like civilized players? I don't know who they are, and I don't really care. Yeah, but now, I'm still in the nap time.
Alright. Okay. Sure. Hey. I thought about it some more, Leanne. She was absorbed in a book, at least seemed to be. Extort coins. I see. Oh, it's you. Fine. Change my mind. I'll take the job.
Excellent. I want you to vet the sheriff for me and find out what he does in Realium.
I hope everything is clear. I see. I see. I see. What do you do in the game? What do you do in harvest time? She bursts out laughing. What haven't I been doing? I used to run a prosperous farm. I was on top of the leaderboards. Now I'm mostly here for the people. This community is one of a kind. Sadly, you can't trust everyone, which is why I asked for your help. Hey, I'm something of a celebrity. Tell me about yourself. Can you tell me something about yourself? I sense you're a strong and interesting person. I'm sure I'm not wrong. She blushes. Oh, stop it. I'm not that interesting. I'm just a regular harvest time player, she says, dressed like that. Well, alright, I am a big fan. It's been a while since I last played. I was pretty busy in Realium. I finally managed to come back, but to be honest, I'm here on business. Right. What do you know about the Outlaw? That girl upstairs? I don't know her. I think she's new. She's strange. She sits there and reads books. Have you seen her talk to anyone? No, nobody came to see her. She's alone. Right. What do you know about the sheriff? I heard he's very respected here. Everyone speaks very highly of him. What's your opinion? My instinct tells me not to trust him. Right? I felt so myself. I'm glad I met you. I'll be right back. We have all the points. He's quick. Hasn't been beaten. His reputation is impeccable. But he's with Ack and some guy... I mean, if you're with someone named Mad Dog, you're probably not. Works as a manager for the Nanette under the pseudonym Mr. Lebsky. He uses a speed boost. About the sheriff. Infotainer. Lie, he's an infotainer. He works for the Foundation. He works for the Nanette Foundation under the pseudonym Mr. Lebsky and runs Nanette's Gardens, an activation program for poor kids. Her eyes and mouth go wide. For a good while she seems to have trouble catching her breath. Oh boy. But how? I'm Nanette. I'm the head of the Foundation. I had no idea that Mr. Lebsky was the sheriff. He never said a word. You know anything about the Orange folk? Nothing, except for the fact that they work on public farms and everyone thinks they're weirdos, but how is that connected to the case? Oh, I understand. If Mr. Lebsky is the sheriff, then the people might be kids from Nanette's Gardens. Oh my god. Thank you for your help. Do you have other questions? If not, I'm going back to the Foundation. Inquire about Mr. Lebsky. Tell me what you know. I've never seen him in person. We met in game. He offered to help me with Nanette's Gardens, and we struck a deal through Viper. The program was a burden on our budget. Mr. Lebsky came up with the idea to auction items from loot boxes that spawn when you grow pumpkins. I actually can't say a bad word about him. He made the gardens self-sufficient. The kids from the programs have decent equipment, supplements, supervisors, although I have to say I'm not sure about anything anymore. Do you have any other questions? No. Thank you again. I won't forget this. Goodbye. Hacker Man. Achievement unlocked. Me smart.
Dog intelligent. Dog understand. Dog go upstairs.
Okay. Stay away! Hi, Outlaw. It's me. Don't be weird. I have to get close to talk to you. Upon seeing me, the girl tossed her book away and made a few hesitant steps towards the exit. She was frightened. If by exit you mean the balcony, yes. Stay away! Get lost! Yo, she kind of cute, though. She's kind of cute, though. Okay. Don't come any closer. I stopped. I didn't want to exacerbate the situation. She gave me an appraising look. The sheriff sent you, right? Do I say it's true, or do I convince her? No, I mean, he did, but he also didn't. I was going to try and find her anyway. I'll try celebrity. What? Of course not. He wanted something from me, so I nodded along to get him off my back. What an obnoxious man. She feels relaxed. That's good, but I'm still not talking to you. I want to help. Trust me, I'm here to help you. No, I don't believe you. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Gained her trust with Scalpel. Be smart and trust me. I'm a doctor. It's kind of in the title, actually. You know, DoktorBeake. I'm something of a doctor, you know. I help people every day, and I want to help you, too. Oh, a doctor? Last time I saw a doctor, he was cutting my umbilical cord. Yikes. She laughs. I convinced her to listen to me. Now I had to get her to trust me. Convince her by being subtle. Convince her by being open. Open. Listen. You know you're no match for the sheriff alone, right? She nods in agreement. Pog. Express concern for her health. I can see that you're confused, and you're far from being in peak health. Sitting there doing nothing will only make it worse. I think you're right. Sick. The girl looked at me like a dog that used to be beaten, but decided to trust their new owner anyway. Oh. Who are you working with? Actually, no one. I'm alone. All alone. Really? No partners? I don't, I swear. Ask about the sheriff. What do you know about him? He's a cunt! Oh. He's a pair of goons, too. Ack, usually watching us at the farm, and Mad Dog, usually watching the sheriff's ass. I see. What can you tell me about yourself? Not much to tell, although I did recently give my supervisors the slip. I'm just sorry I didn't get to see that asshole Ack's face. My dream is to visit all in-game locations. There's a snag. I can't leave without a ticket for the Midnight Express. It arrives this evening. When did I get the ticket? I don't remember, but I guess I'll offer it. I can get you a ticket for the Midnight Express. What do you think of that? What do I think? That's all I've ever dreamed of. Do it, please. Okay. Sure. Can we, Okay. Well. Gotta get a fucking ticket. Who's the outlaw? The outlaw is definitely the victim. He wants to escape. Defied supervisors. Doing shady business. Yeah, nope. Nah, she's a victim. Victim. Okay, who is Leanne? Well, Sheriff and Crosshairs, head of the Foundation. Okay, what are these? Cheater, trying to con people. Criminals take on the guys at the oppressed, or victim seems lost, asking for help. Kind of. Of these, victim. And then sheriff is the one responsible for the problems. Figured that out. As head of the Foundation, I bet she's playing dumb, though. Yeah, fucking maybe. She seemed genuinely surprised, but again, maybe it's acting. But this guy seems to be definitely perpetrating. This guy is definitely doing the bad shit. We know that for sure. Okay, who's responsible for the Orange Folks issue? The sheriff is a suspect. The outlaw is not a suspect. Leanne is not a suspect. I see. Okay. Well, it's definitely got to be the sheriff. All that jazz. Controlling, ingratiating, and suspiciously popular. That seems correct. Achievement get elementary. I'm sure that's for just doing a certain number of things. Decision time. Alright. There's a mysterious Gamedec waiting for me in the graveyard. I needed to pay him a visit. Alright. True. True. I did actually vaguely kind of sort of forget about that. They still want me to speak to the outlaw, which is a bit weird, but you know what? Whatever. Well, time to go yeet myself off the rooftop again. Bye! Here I go! Yeet! Slap. How much dust is in this coffin?
It was the third time already.
Hello, spooky ghost. How do I know you? Welcome, Gamedec. Hi, do I need to perform a ritual or an exorcism to make you reveal yourself? Right, let me exit Guardian Angel mode. Wait, how do I do that? I think it's here. You cute as well. It's me, Ken Zhu. Oh. Oh. It's Ken! Afro guy. I was conducting my first case here. Right, we met. I remember you were chasing some crooks. Okay. Okay. What are you doing in harvest time? Following the cheaters? Yes and no. Remember those chicks in TMP? Knights Codes members? I took notice because they were talking about the Tree of Knowing. They're here now and they're asking around about it. It's important. I've met the local sheriff too, and I'm sure he cheats. And I hate cheaters. So I laid low, hidden, started snooping around, then you showed up, so I thought we might join forces. What about the tree, though? You mentioned the Tree of Knowing and said it was important. Why? You know something about it? Chief, when the trolls took me down during the game, I caught a glimpse of the tree. Like the very air had been breached. I'm sure it wasn't a coincidence. I don't know what that shit was, but it must be connected to what they did to me. I overheard those girls say it appeared in many places. Let's see. Ask about the skin. So what's the deal with the native skin? Why, it's just the Gamedec's arsenal. Hiding by using a different gender, pretending to be someone else. I'm surprised you don't do it, Chief. This skin is from the Pumpkins and Ghosts events. It's invisible. It cost a lot. I coupled it with the Guardian Angel, but it didn't work. Uh-huh. You can eavesdrop, pretend you're someone else, but in the end you have to say who you really are. Do you think this would inspire trust? So I have to be wiser when using tools like this. Good point. You said you have some information concerning my case. Yes! I think there's something fishy going on. Yeah, I know. The orange folk use a cheat that helps them get loot boxes. I know. I explained that it's a speed boost. Yes, it's some sort of speed boost. Yes, but you know, Chief, that could be any kind of hack. Small time or heavy artillery. That sheriff, the Billy guy, uses a similar cheat to win duels. I have concurred with this theory. Makes sense. Sadly, I don't have any substantial evidence. I'd like to get some. I think the sheriff controls the work done by the orange folk somehow. That Act guy and Matt Dog are involved in it. It's some kind of slavery, Chief. Yep, that's that was my conclusion. What you're saying makes sense. I saw you close the deal with Billy, and now you're obliged to do the job for him, but maybe it's a good idea to get him in Realium, find out who he is? Yeah, get the fucking sheriff. Yeah, get him. Made himself the Lord of High Rock, forgetting he's in a game. The orange folks' problems are his doing. Somebody ought to shove a gold star down his throat! The outlaw just kind of... Literally everything we've seen in the game... The sheriff's the only one who said the outlaw did anything bad, and no one else has mentioned the outlaw. There was Black Rook, who hacked the banker, but no one ever talked about the outlaw. So yeah, it's gotta be, I mean, yeah. We ride.
Get the sheriff. Fuck him up.
Yes, we need to get him. Aw, fucking some. I've got the investigator, the program that tracks people down in Realium. You just need to get in physical contact with the avatar of the person you're looking for and hold them for a while. I know, I've tried. There's a problem. Yes? What kind of problem? It's like a thin layer of digital air between your hand and another avatar. Maybe that's why it's easier to cheat with a speed boost here. I've searched the code and it seems to be a barrier that caused the birds to vanish. I mean, they're here but they can't be seen. It's that layer of air. I think there's a safeguard against the app. Whether it was done upon player request or of their own record, you just can't touch anyone here. Huh. So you can't run the investigator by just touching someone. I thought it over and I've got an idea. Uh-huh. Do tell. Can you hook up the investigator to a bullet and then shoot someone? Oh yeah. The bullet would get inside the avatar and stay there long enough. You're thinking like a Gamedec, Ken? That's exactly what I was thinking. It was? Ken looks at my weapon with approval. I see you managed to get a piece. It should do. Sick. I took a bullet from the gun cylinder. I opened up the investigator window and linked the program to the bullet and my avatar. Done. Damn, Chief. Watching you work sure is something. Now you need to challenge that sheriff to a sunset duel and shoot that douche. It's getting dark. We should go. I'll assist you as an invisible protective spirit. You can thank me later. Okay. I assume I have no say in this. You'll follow me whether I want it or not? I'm involved as hell in all this. I want to know how it ends. Maybe I can learn something. Maybe I can help. Yeah, sure. Stay close. Why not? May need an invisible helping hand. Stay close.
Shoot him for science.
Great. Lead the way, Chief. Yeah. I'm looking at the game code, apparently. Area looked like a fragment from some old seasonal event. These kind of attractions were designed to extract money from players. Location was surrounded by a barrier closing off the playable area. It should be inaccessible, but the code wasn't perfect. What? I sniffed the game code. The game code showed some leftovers from the Pumpkins and Ghosts event. The main prize for completing the event was a ghost skin. Yeah, I knew that. Okay, is there anything else we can sniff out? I'd have to have points in cheater to get in there, which would require us to get to here, which isn't gonna happen. Can I just talk to you at all? No. I'm kind of hoping, because the part I'm worried about now is actually getting a bullet to shoot a guy who's speed hacking. It's doing me a concern. You know? You don't have to win, you just have to hit, I guess. Mr. Gamedec, quick! They're hanging Stanley! Where? In front of the saloon! Hurry up and save him, man! Sounds of bustling crowds were coming from the saloon. Let's hurry up! Take me there. Lead the way. Follow me! What the fuck? Let the fucker die?
Ranchers witness a triumph of law and order. There is no place for scammers or scoundrels in High Rock. Yes, it's just a game, but most players take this world seriously. It's a home, a place of respite, meditation, and honest work.
Top 10 anime portrayals right now.
And this person committed fraud. Lots of fraud. The truth about him will soon see the light of day. We are never closer to the truth. Mad Dog, Ack, you know what to do with him.
You have to do something, Chief. Stanley's your client, isn't he? Do I just outright challenge the sheriff here, do you think? Because I mean...
For Stanley.
Hey,
I challenge you to a duel. That's how you say it, right?
the game has sent a message to the players. A duel is about to begin. What did I get? An inspiration?
Look, we got ourselves a daredevil. I'll put a bullet in you with pleasure. No one's ever beaten me, and you won't either.
The presence of the orange folk gave me comfort. Huh. I'm sure all my predecessors had fired the first shot. That's why they lost. Oh, yeah? I gained the crowd's sympathy, sure.
This is fun, right?
I got no answer. The sheriff showed his teeth with a mocking smile and for a moment lost his concentration. He restrained himself and focused on me once again. I restrained my movement. The sheriff was said to be the best gunman in High Rock. I couldn't allow myself to make any unnecessary movements. He slowly lifted the edge of the coat to reveal the holster. I see. I was breathing calmly. Everything was under control. I make eye contact. I needed the element of surprise. Ken was known to have good ideas. I nodded slightly in his direction. Oh, yeah? Ken approached the sheriff and waited for my signal. He was wearing an invisible skin, so the sheriff didn't see him. Looking me straight in the eye, the man slowly shifted the weight of his body to his other leg. The shot could decide the success of...
Prepare the lag attack!
Oh, baby. Using eye control, I pulled up a program from my deck that could give me an edge. I needed a minute to get it started running. It had to install. Yeah. I watched the sheriff's shadow. I focused on my opponent's shadow. It mimicked his silhouette, revealing elements not visible from my angle. I didn't notice anything special. Like a cat bored of toying with its victim, he moved his hand closer to the holster. Stress intensifies. I felt how hard my heart was beating. The lag program was still running in the background, slowly powering up. I only needed another moment. I moved to the holster. The sheriff moved his hand near his mouth as if he were about to cough. I reacted at the same time. The sheriff reached into his breast pocket where he had a second revolver concealed. His speed was unnatural. He got me. As I fell, I fired a shot in his direction. The sheriff looked at the wound and logged out momentarily. I was hoping that the investigator managed to get a read on his location. Ow. The investigator's in! We'll find the sheriff even if he logged out of the game. That was quite a tumble you took there, Mr. Gamedec. Thanks for saving my dignity. It was a team effort. Ken nodded at me and opened a deck window visible to both of us. Let's see if the investigator attached to the bullet did its job. I looked at the report. The progress bar stopped at 100%. There was an address below it. It's one of the mushrooms, living quarter for the builders in Warsaw City. It's below the low city level. What a trip. He's probably getting up from the couch now. If he's figured out we tracked him down, he'll bolt. We gotta go. Want me to pick you up? I mean, I guess I'm buddy copping with Ken now? Do we want Ken to have our location, or do we want to meet up somewhere? Do I have a car? Yeah, meet up. Meeting at the location. I'll be fine, I'll meet you there. As you wish, partner, see you there. Mr. Gamedec, I still want to talk to you about something important. Yeah, what do you want to talk about? Sure, what's on your mind? He froze. He's standing motionless and staring vacantly. The orange folks start disappearing. Kid, no! Leave me alone! Leave! All members of the orange folk had left the game, and I need to do the same. Uh-oh, we gotta go. Yee Haw, partner, leaving already? Don't you want to visit your farm before you go? It's my last chance to see this place. Fucking get me out of here. Nah, Poppy, got more important things. I'm going back to reality. Be seeing you, Dan. Come back sometime. Uh-huh. It was time to visit the sheriff. No grind from work, pumpkins. No. No. No more pumpkins. No, 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 no.
No. I've had enough of pumpkins.
Hadn't been so close to the Undercity in a long time. The smell of rotting plants, smoke from bonfires made by those living in the ruins. The volatile smell of fumes from machines clearing old Warsaw. All were trying to penetrate the veil of oblivion to bring back my childhood. I couldn't afford a new mobile. No! And Oro cars didn't travel here, so I had to take an Oro taxi. Huh. Ken actually looks like Ken looked in T&P. Huh. Ken was there waiting for me, standing at a mushroom's closed door. Over a century ago, Polis builders had lived here. Uh-oh. Oliver's brother's getting into trouble, and he can hear the trouble in the distance. Nice to finally meet in person, eh, Chief? We shook hands. You're a bit late. I was going to go in alone, but then I saw you get out of the cab. This is the moment, right, Chief? We'll get the bad guys and kick their asses. I knew being a game deck would be more thrilling than Goodabads. Fuck, I feel like a real detective. But you're the one with the experience, Chief. Lead the way. We go in guns blazing, right? No. No. Not with guns blazing, Ken. We don't know what's inside or how strong the door is. If it's reinforced, all we do is alert... You're right, cautiously. With some guns blazing. I go in, you cover me. Before I could answer, he threw himself against the door. He was strong. He hit it with so much force that something. He hit it with so much force it smashed the lock to pieces. Get him! What do you mean, get him? Get who? Who am I getting? Do you even know where we are, Ken? Ken, I can't believe you've done this. Camellia. You found us! Amazing! Where are the other kids at? Awfully empty here. No one using the couches or beds for that matter. Where are the other kids? Kid told everyone to log out. He was livid! There's some kids hid and are waiting for it to pass. They'll come out when they're no longer afraid. I'm guessing she's the outlaw, maybe? Where's Sheriff Billy? We call him Kid. He's in the office upstairs. I saw him deleting some stuff from the computer. Fuck. We gotta go. Please be careful with Kid, the sheriff. Don't trust him. Yeah, I know. Oh, nope. Here we go. Kids, take cover. We've got a bum invasion on our hands. The guy bit the tip of his tongue. He was in the mood for a brawl. An electric knuckle duster flashed on his clenched fist. Look, Doug, it's the game deck from Harvest Time I told you about. Kid was right. They did track him down. The fuck you want? Damn. Re-educator? Re-educator was one of the endpoints, wasn't it? It is. Jesus Christ. I really don't want Ken to answer because Ken's gonna get me fucking punched and thrown into the abyss. Gentlemen, calm down. We only want the kids and the sheriff. You still have all your teeth and unbroken noses, so let's keep it that way. You're free to leave. First you charge in here breaking down the door, now it's all fucking calm down. Every action causes a reaction. Ken winked at me. He was ready to attack. I see. Chat? Do we punch? You thinking it's punching time? Is it time to start getting our wrestling on. Punch. Alright. Enough talk. Kill your opponent! Yikes. No, he's done. Oh! He just fucking Oh! Yeah, if I had selected kill, that guy would have gone into the abyss, 100%. I had to make sure they wouldn't hurt any more children, but I didn't want to kill anyone. Don't you dare get up, asshole! Both were unconscious, but Ken had fire in his eyes. Wait, the sheriff! Chief, you see the sheriff anywhere? Hey, kid. Tom. He was the only kid that didn't get scared. He seemed overly excited. Mr. Gamedec! Oh, wow! I've never seen anything like that. Only games have those wham-bam animations. They had no chance. And they're strong and scary, but they were scared of you. Sorry, kid. Wait, I wanted to... He wouldn't listen. He was too excited. You have to go up. He's upstairs. Oh, I'm Stanley, by the way. I mean, Tom. I forgot to tell you. I was afraid, but you did fine. You can handle kid, too. You showed them. We knew you must be good with all his likes under your profile and that you'd find us. To find... I heard his jaw crunch when he got hit. And yesterday we had no dinner and they laughed. Well, who's laughing now? Because the... investigation had to lead you here. I knew it. Kid. I don't want to yell at the kid. And you didn't have anything to say. I mean, tell who's good back. Kid, Stanley, focus! He grew a bit sad and fell silent. I could see he was used to harsh orders. Where is he? Upstairs. I think he tried to run away from you. We should go, boss, quickly. Stanley, is there another way out? Oh, yeah. I mean... The sheriff is now in the Bahamas? No. No. I don't know the way out because we're not allowed in the office ever. It's for grown-ups only. But you gotta be fast. Like a duel in harvest time. Except in the game, the good guys are always inside, and they shoot to defend. Yeah. What's the sheriff look like? Describe him. He's big, much bigger than us. He's got long hair and smiles often, but not in a friendly way. And he's cheeky and skinny and walks fast and sometimes talks weirdly like, what's up? Or see ya, like old people. But what does he look like? Well, I told you. All right, easy. What kind of hair does he have? Dirty. Okay. Thank you, Stanley. I mean, Tom, we're going upstairs now. We'll be back. You're right, Chief. We gotta find the sheriff quickly. We gotta go. We gotta get out. We gotta figure it out. Samantha. Yo, Mr. Gamedec, damn, you look the same as in harvest time. LOL, no one does that. Why are you staring? It's me, Silly Sally. Silly Sally, were you the one using that letter and digit code? You know it. Yeah, you also put me on your fucking ignore list. Remember that? Is it going to be another one of those when I say shit you hear alien talk like my folks? Like an epic fail? It's cool you came, but be careful. Outsiders are fucked here. It's dangerous. Ask about the sheriff. Where's the sheriff? Suddenly told everyone to log out, then left. So here we are, twiddling our thumbs, waiting. Let's see. Danger? This place seems dangerous for outsiders. No one comes here because they don't want to, like ever. They have to be brought in by Doug or Eck. One time, a guy in the anti-G harness wandered in here. Doug fucked his ass so hard he looked like a bad Hexel. Probably dealt with them already, but Kid is upstairs. I reckon Eck and Doug have nothing on him. Right. I'm gonna just not. Sir, there's one more upstairs. Ken stopped me when I was about to open the door. Chief, I know I may look like a total pro, but I never caught anyone. In reality, I mean, nor interrogated anyone. Any tips before we go in? First of all, the investigator led us here, but we don't know who's behind all this. Let's get the guy who acts as the sheriff in-game, interrogate him, and find out what's going on. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Stay by the door. If he runs, stop and overpower him, but only if he tries to run. Remember, we want to talk to him, not break his limbs. It's very smart, Chief. I'll try. Leave the talking to you. I will listen and learn. Yeah. Hands up, motherfucker! Prepare for justice! Ken! He realized that was too much. Sorry, Chief. I got carried away. Great. Hi, you're out of luck, guys. The boss is gone. Heard you coming and jumped out the window. Told me to stay and clean up here. Undercity was over 100 meters below. He couldn't have jumped out of a mushroom window and survived unless it was suicide. It's just some kid. It's good that you're here. I'll go check on your friends. No. A proud smile spread across his face. But I almost convinced you, right? I can even get one over a Gamedec. These kids are suffering, doesn't it? Your conscience bother you? Why? It all works after all, and it's making money. More than a good-for-nothing Gamedec. Anyone would do the same in my place if they could. Anyone. And the kids can't do it. They need someone to decide things for them. He's proud of it. Of course, everything was going great until the punks called it Gamedec. We've come here to solve your problem. The kids called us because they were miserable. And didn't they tell you they want to play more? Because usually they do. They have it better in harvest time than they would on the streets. We all just want to make some money and escape poverty. And the abuse of substances. Kids are addicted to drugs and game pills. You're turning them into junkies. What exactly do you think they were doing on the walkways, huh? At least here they only take game pills and some vitamins, no nasty stuff. Believe me, I'd notice. They wouldn't be able to work. And the symptoms? Complain about symptoms? Pain, confusion, weakness? Do you think that's acceptable? Take a look inside the boxes. They're filled with supplements and all sorts of medicine. They wouldn't be able to work if they were sick. You little shit, you're taking advantage of those kids! And you can't even call for a doctor? What, you gonna pay for that? Foundation doesn't check in on us or help us. No earnings, no doctor. That's why we discipline them. But of course these fucking idiots took part of the money and hired a Gamedec. And the speed boosts. We all use it sometimes. Why do you think nobody can beat the sheriff in a duel? Anyway, the kids slack off, then use the cheat on themselves and their plans to catch up and make money. Well, we all gotta make a living. Ken's turning red like a cherry. What did you say? On themselves? But that can accelerate the aging process. Chief, that can cause Adelheim syndrome. Accelerated aging. The organism works at full power and it gets worn out. That's messed up. What's the alternative? Starving in Low City? Don't you get it? But I am a scalpel, so I can remind him of the destructive effects of the syndrome. Adelheim syndrome can have irreversible effects on children. Growth disorders, endocrine gland disorders could be disastrous for them. They can experience lifelong chronic pain. They'll get old faster, which means they'll live shorter lives. Do you understand? At least they'll be happier. They'll actually have something that's theirs. We don't force anyone to work for us. Low City does. I see. I sense for the head of the Foundation. I took out my walktail, opened a command window, and dialed Nanette's number. Let's see what the head of the operation has to say about this. Hello there, Gamedec. Damn, girl, you look like that IRL? Is this the moment you'd like me to return the favor? Hey, I need some information. Tell me, Nanette. What is Nanette's Gardens exactly? What do you do? It's a type of play therapy that combines work and fun. We rehabilitate kids from the Low City by teaching them collaboration and empathy. Harvest time is ideal for that. It's free, lets you work in the fresh air, experience nature, watch plants blow, even if only virtually. And who's responsible for supervising? I am, obviously, but I entrusted Mr. Lebsky with the Harvest Time division called Nanette's Gardens. He's a very capable manager. He promised to take care of the kids. Also, you hired this man that you've never met, apparently, which is a bit psycho, but, you know, whatever. Promised to take care of the kids, and he kept his word. Reports show his division is doing better and better. Currently working on our next project, the cancer hospital. Too many sick children, too few sponsors. I don't have time for other things. Luckily, I have Lebsky here taking care of my gardens. And the finances? Is the Foundation supposed to profit from that? Absolutely not. Productivity is massively up, ergo everything must be good. Yeah, Chad, yeah. When you start ignoring humanity, yeah, things do go up, it turns out. Absolutely not. We're financing a bigger part of the program ourselves. We donated couches, we sent them Nutrafluid and game pills, and even cover a part of their living expenses. We're a foundation, not a company. She seems to be genuinely outraged by my question. I was a professional liar. Of course I was. So I would have known if she wasn't telling the truth. Okay. Well, that's good news, chat. And what about the headquarters? Where are the headquarters of Nanette's Gardens? In Realium, not harvest time. I rented a modest place in the host tower right above Low City. I can't afford more. It's clean, spacious, even has some natural light. I see. She had no idea what was going on. Alright. So, chat, do you think we make her even more outraged and tell her everything? Because, boy howdy, I bet you she's going to be very, very interested in what the fuck's going on here. Listen, Nanette, I'm in the mushroom right now. It's one of those 100-year-old structures abandoned by the builders of the polis. I know what mushrooms are. Well, have you found anything interesting in there? Yeah, the headquarters of Nanette's Gardens. It's a dump, a stinky, creepy slum. What? But how? I rented this nice place. The kids are addicted to pharmacological substances. I had no idea. This cannot go on. I'll take care of them right away. The kids need care and attention. Just please don't inform the police. Oh, yeah. An official investigation could paralyze my foundation. I wouldn't be able to help those kids. Well, the good news is that me having the, having Infotainer means I know she is actually outraged by these conditions. And she's not stringing me along. At least as far as these kids are concerned. Fine. Fine, just promise me you'll take them someplace safe, someplace nice. Of course, have I ever lied to you? Like the Bahamas. Yeah, take them to the Bahamas. I trusted the wrong person, I know, but I promise I'll make amends. Thank you, Gamedec. Oh, okay. Thanks, that's all in the net. Thank you for telling me this, Gamedec. I'm once again asking you, please, let me fix my mistake and take care of these children. Let me know when you decide, I beg of you. Ask about the operation. I see you believe everything's working perfectly here. How exactly does this thing work? Using slave labor? What, are you going to take all those kids home and take care of them? You and your kind little heart didn't give a fuck until somebody paid you, and they paid you because they're making money. This world of Bahamas would probably have giant carnivorous hermit crabs? True. We do live in happy little domes. Instead of doing drugs and roaming the walkways without supervision, they're here together learning how to make money. I'm proud of that. Uh-huh. And what about the kids that run away? One kid felt so bad here that they tried to run away. Okay, her plan was strange, as she was laying here all along, but that screams of desperation. That's right, slave master. Still nicer than living in a mushroom, maybe? Maybe. If they're so happy, why are they running and hiding? Where are those kiddos anyway? Use your brain, idiot. The kids can leave anytime they want. Doors open. You notice that if you'd use the handle. And what are they going to do? It's a mushroom. In order to get out, they would have to go down to the Undercity. Walk through the ruins to the nearest tower and climb to the Low City using a ladder. It's damn dangerous. Please, all they need to do is ask. I'll get them a cab and off they go. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, they run away, but only inside harvest time. They don't want to leave the mushroom. They want to stay and keep playing. As long as they're here, they need to follow the rules. If I let them slack, they won't learn discipline. The program won't profit. And guards. Saw a guard keeping track of their every move. We check up on them to see what they're doing. It's called quality assurance. It's called child abuse. They're street brats. Do you think they'll do what they're supposed to if you leave them unsupervised? We need to keep an eye on them. That's how we make money. We can feed them and give them access to the game. Everybody wins. Kids crowded together and working in a dilapidated hovel below even the lowest of low city levels. Are you really proud of this? Riff-raff, street rats, don't buy that? They're brats from low city walkways. We feed them, give them a place to sleep, access to nature, fresh air on a farm, no less so. You force no work, you son of a bitch, you're stealing childhoods!
Walkways are dirty and dangerous. Kids are starving in these childhoods. We're stealing from them, pal. Come the fuck on. We teach them to earn and sell their loot for one to keep this place going. Buy game pills from the Foundation. We're their only chance. Chief, he's not showing us remorse. I feel in my gut he's not going to learn unless we graciously beat the fuck out of him. This isn't how we were supposed to serve justice. I decide what to do. We've heard what the kid has to say. What do you think, Ken? Send him to the Underhaw. I'm not sure, Chief. We learned in harvest time that it's the sheriff who's responsible for the kids' problems. And the sheriff is this punk right here. He's not even trying to hide it. We need to separate the kids from him. Regardless of whatever the fuck you think, you don't have a choice. You call the police, these kids will end up in juvie or on walkways. I would say the latter. You're gonna leave them alone in Low City, they'll be much worse off than here. He smiles cheekily. Unless you want to take them and raise them. No? Well, fine. I know how to take care of them. Keeping my word. I'm going to keep my word to Miss Doucette. Miss Doucette will take care of these children. This will be for the best. Right, they'll be taken care of. I was starting to feel like a hero, but then I realized that I don't know anything about kids. Good call. True. Alright, Chief. I'll sense him and take care of everything. He opened a private window, chose numbers. Lips started to move, but I couldn't hear anything. Kid headed for the exit. Where do you think you're going, punk? You're the one responsible for this whole mess. So what? I'm a minor. You wouldn't do anything to a minor, would you? Wouldn't I? How about we fuck him up anyway, Chief? Introduce him to the holy punishing hand of justice. I'm itching to beat the crap out of him. Shoot the kid. Trap him in a speed boost. Wow. We really do be living in a Blade Runner timeline, huh? I mean, I can't give him to the police because that's like nothing. Part of me wants to do the speed boost because he liked it so much. Yeah, chat, we're going for the psycho option. Although theoretically maybe shooting the kid is the psycho option, but I don't have sleeves so we can't shoot him. If he's trapped, they'll be released when Annette or someone shows up. Yeah, but I thought that last time too, and last time, remember when I left the kid with the jester figuring that he'd have that under control and we found out he died of, the cerebral hemorrhaging or something? But trap boost it is, chat. Kid, you like using speed boosts and don't give a fuck that they accelerate aging, right? You won't mind experiencing it yourself then. We'll trap you in a cheat like that, and the kids will decide when to turn it off. Oh. Please no, they're clueless. It'll kill me. Don't worry, punk. You wanted to be an adult. This will help. If someone takes pity on you and you get out, you can run a real business, not a shithole like this. Say, I don't know, an old folks' home? I'm assuming we're not forcing him onto this thing because of a lack of animated range. The crates in the office appear to be the same as the ones downstairs. Most of them weren't open. On some of them I could see shipping details. I scan it. It was charity. The Nanette donated them to Nanette Gardens free of charge. Judging from delivery dates, it was common practice. They were always collected by Mr. Smart. Ancient computer on the desk. Ah, yes, ancient. I turn it on. There's nothing on it, not even an operating system. Kid had deleted everything. Little shit. Well, there he is. Alright. I guess I should probably tell the kids about, will it be fine from now on? We won't get logged out anymore? Yeah. Can we still play together? Yeah. Are they going to kick us out of here? They aren't, right? You're going to go to a happier place. Sure, what will happen to us now? Who's going to take care of us? You won't leave us alone, will you? Nanette will take care of you. Remember her?
The kids started talking over one another. Cries of joy mingled with words of astonishment. But we can stay together? Here? Can we see other games? And not get locked out anymore? What if they separate us and ban us from playing? Kid always told us what to do. Who will tell us now? Yeah. Hey, kid, it'll be alright. It'll be alright. Foundation's objective is to help you. I'm sure you'll stay together and in a nicer place, too, and you'll have a lot more fun. Fun? We can play for fun? And we can keep some basic loot for ourselves once in a while? You can keep all the loot and harvest time in other games, too. So cool! It's so cool, thank you, Gamedec! Very cool indeed. We did quite well. We should wait for somebody to take over here, but then we need to talk. Let's celebrate our success, analyze our mistakes, and discuss what to do next. War meeting at your place, Chief, 8 o'clock sharp. You know where I live. Did I just forcibly get a partner? Well, he certainly knows where I live now. Hi, Bliss. Good evening, you two. Welcome home. The time is perfect, temperature normal. You know where I live? No. Ken, meet Bliss. She's my major domo. She's cool, Chief. Hey there, Translucent. Ken Zhu, a Gudabad's player and one of the few players in the world who can play for 15 seconds at the 19th level of pain. He's been the most efficient attacker for the last 2 seasons. Ken looked at me content. She knows everything about me. Intellectual personality, great choice, Chief. Have a drink. I guess, since you know where I live, and I have a cart filled with alcohol. Would you like something to drink? Sure, what do we have? I got beer, whiskey, and tea. What kind of person are we? Whiskey? Real whiskey? Whiskey! Whiskey? Yeah, I need to rinse our neurons after what happened in that mushroom under Low City. Maintain the Haw! We need to do maximum Yee Haw. Let's focus on our next investigation. Did you notice I said our, Chief? Yes, Ken. Yes, I noticed you said our. Did you notice those 2 trippy girls in TMP, the ones that were chatting people up? They seem strange, so I talked to them. You always talk to strange people? Turned out they were recruiting people into a clan in a different game. Wait, it gets better. The clan believes some crazy-ass stuff. Once again, his smile and optimism gone. They're also obsessed with the number 314. I think they're a cult, so you see, he looked at me as though waiting for questions. Okay, what about 314? Why did this pique your interest? Yes. Why did you become interested in them? During that game, you know, when I rage quit, those fucking trolls weren't the only thing I saw on that space rip. There was also a tree. You did mention the tree. I mean, what the fuck was that, right? But when I heard the clan worships a tree of knowing, I figured it might help me understand. Right. So I did some online research, and it turns out their secret tree of knowing looks exactly like the one I saw in the game. Right. I'm getting a knock on the door. Hello?
Please put candy out.
Like a proper walk or
Whatever.
just out back?
Back is fine.
Okay. How you feeling?
I'm exhausted. Just give me my PJs.
Okay.
But otherwise, my stomach's not as bad as it was.
Okay. That's good to hear.
I gotta take care of the pupper later, chat.
All right.
That's my late, Chief. I think finding the fucker. My lead to finding the fuckers that ruined my career.
I think. What about 314? How's that? What's the deal with them and the number 314? Feel like I heard something about it before. Or 314. First, I thought it was just a reference to the number pi, but there's more to it, Chief. I gotta say, it gives me the creeps. You know, it's like, whenever I see this number or even hear anything about it, something happens. Don't fucking laugh at me. Happens? I'm not. Don't dismiss it. You're feeling something. That's a fact. Might just be your emotions, but it might be something else too. Hydration! Thank you for the redemption. I'm not. Don't dismiss it. You're feeling something. It's a fact. Might just be your emotions, but it might be something else too. Worth investigating, right? That's what I thought. Because, you know, Chief, I kind of believe there might be something mystical going on here. It's like when I see 314, it's like a sign was put there especially for me. Like I'm special. Strange, isn't it? Ken makes me take some serious, long, tired breaths. Yeah. What if the clan knows that I'm interested in them, and they reprogram my walk-tel and my lenses? Worth investigating. Anyone hire you for this? Somebody hired you for this? Not really, I'm working on my own. You do know that game decks get hired. Discuss their remuneration with the client, and only then begin their investigation, right? Well, this one's an exception. Well, the second exception. The first was harvest time. I hired myself to find out who killed my career. Somebody's got to find the culprit. Are you in, Chief? I mean, he knows where I live. What do you think, Oliver? We helping Ken out? He did back us up. He backed us up twice. He ran a car into a midget, and he helped me get a bullet into another man. And he punched a guy. He's not the brightest bulb, but he was there. What do you think? You think brrr? Oh no, chat. Oliver seems on board. Okay, I'll help you out, Ken. Seems it might be too difficult for you to handle on your own. I would have worded it slightly differently, but okay. Awesome! We'll be like the Goodabads team, but in Realium. And all the other games in the world. Right. I like how I have 2 instances of help Ken with his investigation. What about the Tree of Knowing? Well, I'm not sure yet, but I'm really interested in finding out. You see, this goddamn tree is what somebody used to destroy my career. So you mentioned. They're never specific about the tree. Something about S's is tripping me up tonight. Feels like. It's some kind of artifact. Apparently, it only appears once in a while. It's a big deal for them. We have a ghost in the code that looks like Yggdrasil? They say the tree gives them truth and inspiration and sends some signal things. Kinda seems like they get high a lot. Suspicious, huh? And the clan? They're called the Han clan. Apparently Han means book. It's in their emblem, a book in front of a tree. They play MMOs, keep talking about meditation, observation, stuff like that. Even more than about fighting and territories. I mean, you know, Chief, when they fight for real. They know how to play. But as soon as those girls realized I had money, they told me I was special and that my spiritual path leads to the clan. Suspicious, huh? Yeah, sure. Alright. Well, apparently I can just chat with him. What was it like being an esports player? As in a Goodabads player? Well, you need to be a bit of a masochist. When the pain is at 10, it's like being operated on without anesthesia. And this guy took it to level 19. At 15, some players start tripping when the endorphins kick in. I can go as far as 19. It's hard to describe. Heaven? Hell? Both at once? They say Peter Crash Kites can go up to 20 thanks to meditation or some other wizardry. Me? I like to feel everything. It turns me on. Oh. Okay. That's nice. You seem to know yourself pretty well. You're honest. It's impressive. You can lie to others, but not yourself, Chief. Right. Oh, yeah. Hey, Bliss. So what? You like my Bliss? Go on. Ask her a question. And you didn't want this to get as horny as the first episode. We still haven't reached the same horniness as the first episode. Alright, Bliss, what's more real, matter or information? Matter is a catch-all that describes an illusion. What? Give him time? True. Reality is but an emanation of mathematical rules. Particles are mathematics. It's all information. Puts his hand around his head, widening his eyes and pretending his skull is exploding. She's brilliant. Right. I have a drink. Let's have a drink. It's drinky time! Prost! I'm not sure I can drive my new mobile after all those drinks. If you vomit on my floor, you're cleaning it up. You can stay here for the night, Ken, since you know where I live. That'd be cool. New career, new life. I'm ready for a new level of awesomeness and new experiences. I'm telling you, Chief, this might be the first time we're celebrating a finished case, but there may be many more to come. I just know it. Just like really knew, Chief, that tonight I'd end up emptying the servobot of alcohol in bed together or on the sofa. Wow. Wow. They really did just throw that, the horny at me, huh? On the sofa. It's very comfy. Ken finished talking before I managed to cut in. On this comfy sofa. Oh, thank God he finished it. Shall I turn on the guest settings? On this comfy sofa. Okay. It's a very comfy sofa. With every day came new challenges. Ken wanted to meet me and talk about his case. We hadn't discussed the time and place, though. Bliss? Hey, girl. Okay. Check out my window. Warsaw City, my polis. I contemplate life. Had a few things I needed to think over. You can't really contemplate without a drink in your hand. Luckily, the servobot knew exactly what I needed. Good servobot. I greeted my robotic friend. He was waiting for instructions as usual. Give me that coffee. The dark beverage of the gods. I could choose from the cheap synthetic stuff and ground beans, which obviously cost more. I choose a reputable brand with my infotainer knowledge. Food and drink manufacturers regularly supplied me with high-quality products for my servobot. Of course they did. All I had to do was mention their brand on my social media every now and then. Nice. Nice. I see. I decided to think some stuff over and get to work. Recent events. Some have been talking about the Pygmalion technology developed by Blue Whales Interactive. It upgraded AI to the level of the human psyche. Recent gossip, a man named Ken Zhu, a young Gudabad star, screwed up in the last game and his Black Angels lost. I think about Ken Zhu. Gudabad's is a game where you feel actual pain. When you get hit, it gets more intense. There are no damage points. During one match, he was speeding with the seal to his opponent's fort. Ken suddenly froze. The seal was snatched from him in an instant. Ken got mad, logged out, didn't come back. The classic rage quit situation. During a press conference, he said he didn't know what got into him. Since that game, his whole career has been in question. I guess. Was it possible the pain delivered in Gudabads caused neural disturbances? I wondered what caused that severe reaction. Too bad he didn't start looking for a Gamedec. That could have been an interesting case. Century Worlds. Thousands of games and millions of players mean plenty of cases for Gamedecs. Hatred, greed, and deviousness are especially common online. True. Two topics have been especially popular in media recently. Digital love and whether it's better to live online or in Realium. Digital love! Time for a sip. Thanks, game. The opponents of online relationships have a simple argument. The beautiful young prince you fell in love with may actually be a lecherous old man. Ah, yes. A tale as old as the internet. And it might not even be a human. It could be an NPC. Supporters of online romance respond with, so what? True. We live in times where you may never see your love in Realium. Oh. What difference does it make what he or she really looks like? I got nothing against digital love. If you want to be a robosexual, that's your business. A dirty old man pretends to be a pretty ghoul. Is he a fraud? No, he is a pretty girl. He always wanted this, and it's possible online. Sure, for some of them, I guess. People love each other and look how they want, and not as reality dictates. Who are we to say no? I think it's beautiful. Interesting. It was time to get to work. And with that lovely little note, I got a text from Ken. Never mind. Never mind. I was going to end the stream, but we got a Ken. Hey, no idea why you turned off your walktail. What are you, a stegosaurus? I'm old, chat. Let's meet at Yeti's Coming tonight. It's low, really low. Roof of the Undercity. I'll be waiting for you. I came across something interesting, but no point talking about it since you're not here. See ya. I didn't know what he meant by saying my walktail was off. He could have just sensed me, but he sent a text instead. It was strange. Okay, well, that's going to do it for me, because otherwise we're going to get into the next case, and that's going to get fucking weird. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, chat? So hope you all enjoyed that case. I enjoyed that case quite a bit compared to the previous one. The previous one felt really awkward. Although it did end with a jester getting smashed into a stage via car. So that was, interesting. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for me. Otherwise, we're going to be here for like another, 3 hours. Hello, Oliver. Want to say goodnight to the chat? That's looking away from the chat. Look at the chat. It's okay. You can do it. You can do it. Look right about here. Right about here. Look at this. Good night, chat. Good night.